everybody so far. Hey, Boob.
Hey, everybody.
All right, Joe, you look tired, man.
I am.
How things going?
Bad.
Really? Come on.
Yeah, I think I must have twisted it at night and it fucked the whole knee up.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
What are they doing?
Nothing yet. I'll see him Thursday.
Wow.
My therapist is not worried about it.
Okay. What about? Is it painful?
Oh!
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Mel. Hey, Cam.
Hey.
Hey, Cindy. Whoa.
Oh, there goes Anja's sister.
Oh, look at that. I didn't even recognize you for a second. Oh, my God.
I didn't know whether this would be a good for Maggie.
I can hear doorbells. That's all I can hear.
Yeah, I like your look. I like it. I don't even recognize you.
I know.
Oh, you're talking to your eyebrows too, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
did my eyebrows.
Ooh,
Wow.
where'd you get it? Where'd you get
I
it?
have to get used.
Amazon for like $20. I had to cut it myself though. It was like crazy.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I can get used to it. I've been falling in love with a blonde. What's going on here?
I don't know. So what do you think? Do you think I should just try this?
I don't think it's a bad decision. I think it works. This is up to you. You make that character decision. And I don't disagree with it. So
Okay. All right, good.
I like it. It's not as gorgeous as you are.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, I don't think she is gorgeous. I mean,
No,
I
I
think
don't
she's,
think she is. I think that's right.
yeah.
your face is a little extra white today. Can you dim
Okay,
your
wait a
face
minute.
down a
Let
little?
me just hold on. Oh God.
Hello.
Hey, Vasily.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's where you were before was a little better. Wait a minute. Wait. It's still pretty. You're still pretty. Almost. Well, for a second there it was good.
Oh, Ange, I didn't recognize you.
There you go. I know. Isn't that amazing? That's better. I know. It's so crazy.
I gotta get used to it. I mean, it's like a different.
I feel like Maggie. I feel like Maggie.
That's great.
All right, I'll try.
Cindy, you're not on a computer tonight, huh?
No, I'm on my phone because I'm not at home.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. All right. Because I knew that was a new look for you.
Yeah,
Nico,
it's what I look like. It's scary.
I'll be
Nico,
right
did
back.
you-
I just need to fill it up.
all right. That's very funny.
What are you filling it with?
Nico, did you see the schedule for tonight?
No.
Okay. Well, you're not involved tonight. I'm just
Okay.
working with them. You'll probably be back on the slate next week. So.
Cool.
right.
Well, it's fine saying hi.
Well, you're welcome to watch, but
Yeah.
if you got other stuff to do, fire away.
Let me get my.
I should crack down on some homework, to be honest.
it.
So.
Okay.
All right. Have a good rehearsal.
You
Yeah, thanks,
too.
Nico. Hey, John. John looks white tonight too. You look.
Yeah, let me turn this light off. I gotta.
Beep, 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 beep. That's a little better. That's good. That's good. How do you like Ange, John? Did you see her? Look,
We
I
look
tell
like
you,
we're
you also look younger in it.
Yeah,
I know.
Maybe it's the whited out face that.
I
It's
think
taking all
we.
the lines out.
I think we look like we're doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Off.
Really, I don't think she looks younger. I think she looks, I don't know, more indiscriminate age and just dumpier.
Yeah.
Dumpier.
Which is good.
Because I do have a line. I got fat.
right. Yeah,
You,
Maggie
you
is
know how to charm a girl, Cam.
No, I think it's good, because Ange is beautiful, but she looks, she's attractive, but she's not beautiful anymore.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, that's good. Well, we like it. We like it. It's right
Okay,
on.
I
great.
think you gotta gain another 20 pounds though to match. that.
Cindy, what happened with your hairdresser? You said you were going to see your hairdresser this week.
Oh,
Talk
she's-
to her. I was going to do that next week since we moved everything up.
Oh, okay. All right, good. I just wanted to, see what was happening with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, the whole transfer went really well. I think it's a great idea tonight. We're just going to work on character. My thought is this is, if we can really get grounded and confident, especially, Cam is really the only one who doesn't have a monologue, but she has that first scene with the interviewer, which we're going to start off with tonight. But we're going to really try to get to the core of what you're doing through your monologue work tonight. okay, and give you some real rock solid understanding of that. And then I think the rest of it will sort of blossom all around it. This was my idea anyway. And just to get back to talking about the things that we used to talk about, and just putting us back in a format that we all remember and haven't used in a while, which is just working on the monologue. So on the larger scale, I just want to say this is that ideally, you know, in the best of all possible worlds, I know we all felt jammed on this, but I love the idea that you guys are making a lot more decisions on your own without my guidance. You know, I mean, that's how I know what I'm doing is helping you, is when you're making those decisions yourself, and I know it empowers you to do that too. And so, anyway, I'm just glad.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Where the hell is this scene we're doing?
What's not this? Well, yeah, it's you and Cam. Your
Oh,
interview.
Cam. Oh, I thought you said somebody else.
No.
There's a new scene written.
Yeah, no new scene. No. Okay. And Mel, thanks for getting the date changed. That all seems fine. Everything's good. Everything's good with Leslie Meeker too. She's good with that.
Yes, you checked with Ali, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I cleared those dates.
Leslie and Francis can still both do it.
Okay, great. So that was wonderful. All right. So
If I read it right, I'm doing this and then I'm gone.
you're going to do the scene with Cam a couple of times and then you're going to be gone. Yeah.
Got it.
You got it, baby. I'm so sorry about your knee, Booby.
Ha, you and me both.
Oh, shit. But the surgeon says it's going to be okay.
Haven't seen him till Thursday.
Okay. All right. So does anybody have any other questions before we start working? I'm going to start with Cam, and then I'll go to Mel, work on her, and then I sort of listed it in the rehearsal schedule.
Okay, we're going in the order of the email.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I may be in and out a little, but I'll be here.
Are you feeling all right? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just not home.
Well, that's okay. You can watch from wherever. Where are you?
I am at the Mercury Theater Company Depot. Then bingo is going on downstairs.
Mercury Theater Company bingo. Okay, wow.
It's called Balls Over Bingo.
I've had
Wow.
to compete with things in my life, but nothing like that ever. That's really
I have
the
one
end of
question.
it.
Bill. Are we all working on the monologues on 49 to 50 tonight?
Not all of you, no, just John is and you are, but that's.
Oh, I am, because you didn't write that down that I.
Oh, no, whatever I wrote down is what we're working on.
Okie dokie.
And I mistakenly put the monologues on 49 twice, so everybody misunderstood that. But it was just an accident on my part. It's really just Brian's monologue I wanted to work on.
Okay, that's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
cool. All right, let's click off and start this with Cam and Joel. I want to see a run of it, and then we'll go back and we'll play.
Okay, Bill, just one thing. I
Sure.
think I better say, I'm really focusing on the peripheral vision thing. and
Great.
that throws me a lot. On
Of
the
course.
line.
Of
So-
course it does. Of course it does. And that's why this is a great time to start that, to see what those manifestations of it are. And then we can start to play with that. It might, I mean, I'm sure it's completely debilitating in the beginning. And like blindness itself, you will get used to it, you know, and then it'll become part of it. And so we'll start playing tonight and see where it takes us. Okay, so Cindy, you want to click off with me? Okay, great.
Cindy, you're still on.
There we go, here we go. Okay. All right, here we go, let's start it. And I think you start with a song, don't you, Cam?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. And anytime you're ready.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
But you don't have to talk to us if you don't
She'll
want to.
be coming round
Felicity?
the mountain. Shh. She'll be coming round the
If
mountain.
you'd rather not talk now, we can wait until tomorrow.
Round the
It's gonna be a
mountain.
while, so I'm gonna shut off the noise.
Shall we do,
Coming round,
And
shall we do that?
riding 6 white horses.
Felicity.
Comes.
All right, well, why don't we do that? Why don't we wait later if you
that should kill
want?
90% of it.
Okay,
I'll be back later.
wait, we gotta hold somebody.
Wait,
Somebody's got their mic
Yeah.
on. That's cutting in.
I'm gonna put it on silent. I'm also on mic.
Okay. All right, let's. I still hear background stuff. Where's that coming from? What's going on? Can someone answer me where the background noise?
Cindy,
I think you're
your mic is on.
Cindy, I think you are on.
Mute yourself.
Cindy, you
Sorry. We're going in the order on the sheet.
Cindy, get off the
Cindy,
phone.
I'll give her a call.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I know, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Cindy. Oh, I'm gonna call her.
That's all right. Someone's gonna call her and tell her on the phone.
Roger.
My battery holds up before I have to find a plug. What did she say?
I need 2 balls. I need 2 balls too. I need 2 balls. I need 2 balls. I need 2 balls.
Me too.
Supposed to
Cindy,
be going out.
get off. Jesus Christ.
Oh, she's on her phone. Cindy, is much too much noise. We can't hear anything.
Mute your button if you're gonna.
Can you do something?
Mute yourself. Tell her to mute it, Mel. Mute it.
Okay,
Hello?
I think you're muted now. Did you mute it?
Hello.
Oh, yes.
I think she did.
It's
Okay,
quiet now.
Cindy, I'm hanging up.
Oh,
She can't hear me because she muted.
Yeah,
That's good.
hello, Cindy.
She did. She muted.
Cindy's somewhere else. She doesn't want to come on until she comes on. So let's get busy. All right. So, Cam, let's go on to the premise, right? That and everybody knows, especially Agnes, that you've been here way too long. In other words, this is going on and on and on. So that imagine that this is maybe your 30th or 40th meeting with this guy that you have to do all the time, right? So that it's not just in volume that you're sort of trying to overpower him. It's sort of mischievous. Let's make this a moment of clarity, that you're not doing this out of being lost, that you are actually have a moment of clarity and you're trying to fuck with the interviewer just because, you're just sick of the whole process. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. So don't necessarily always just sort of be, if he says something, try to answer him back with it and mischievously just play around a little bit more. So it doesn't have to be about the volume. It has to be about with, dicking around with him, playing with him. Let's see what happens with that. All right, here we go. Anytime you're ready.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round.
But you don't have to talk to us if you don't
When
want
she comes.
Felicity.
She'll be coming round the mountain.
If you'd rather not talk now, we can wait until tomorrow.
Round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain
Jesus, God.
when she comes.
Why don't we do that then? Why don't we wait and later if you feel like it?
Horses when she comes. She'll be riding 6 white horses when she comes.
Well, why don't we wait and later if you don't feel like it?
Riding 6 white horses. She'll be riding 6 white horses. Did I miss my cue?
I'm done.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. What's the cue? What's the cue line to launch it?
Later, if you
Why
feel,
don't we wait and later if you feel like it?
let's see.
Why? don't-
And the trouble is I've got to hear it. And, you know,
Good, good. So Joel, why don't you do the line in 2 parts? Why don't you wait, period, and then if you feel like it. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
sure.
All right, so that,
the last word is feel. If you could punch feel.
well, what are you gonna show? Give her the reading, Joel.
Why don't we wait and later if you feel like it?
There's no like it, Joel.
I add the ellipsis, my dear.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay. So what's the first line again, Joel?
Well, why don't we do that then? Why don't we wait? And later, if you feel like it,
Right. That. So then what you really want to think about is your cue is, well, why don't we wait? Wait is the cue. Use wait as the cue. And you don't have to be in a hurry to do it, but use it as your warning.
okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Right. That's
Okay.
good. Now, all I want you to do is, because we're starting this a little bit different, Cam, because we're starting it from a more curmudgeon-y, rascally point of view, I want you to carry that through once you do break into the dialogue and out of the song, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
The
so
problem
that's,
really is Bill hearing his lines while I'm singing.
yes, I know. So this is what's gonna happen, and it's gonna make it better for both of you, is you've got to pause when you hear Joel's voice. You got to pause the song and listen to him, and then react to what he said based on where you are in the song.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's get it. It's a tough little scene to start, but if we get it cracking in the right direction, it's going to be great. I like your mischievous point of view, and I want you to hang on to it. It'll be a great way to introduce us to the character. Okay. Here we go.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
but you don't have to talk to us if you don't want to.
Be coming round the mountain.
Felicity, but if you'd rather not talk now, we can wait until tomorrow.
Coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round.
Shall we do that then, huh? Shall we wait until tomorrow?
She'll be coming round
Felicity.
the mountain when she comes.
All right, why don't we do that then? Why don't we wait? And later, if you
horses when she comes, she'll be riding 6 white horses.
And you're past your cue. Just go on and go. I'll get it next time. We almost got it. Keep going. Go.
Wait, can we do it again?
Yep. Yeah, he said what he says wait twice. The second time he says it, he said it really loud and really profound. And again, I want to encourage you, Cam, to not go over what he's saying, is to listen to the entirety of what he's saying and then go on to a emotion in your song. And then when you give him a space, he'll talk again and you'll listen to what he says, and then you'll go on with the song so that there's no talking over, because the talking over on Zoom is fakakta. It's
Okay,
no
let me
good.
try it one more time.
Oh, at least that's good. But again, what we're really working on, I don't care if we get the timing right tonight. What we're really working on is the mischievous behavior. She's just done so many of them. She's just going to fuck around with them.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
but you don't have to talk to us if you don't want to.
She'll be coming round the mountain
Felicity,
when she comes.
if you'd rather not talk now, we can wait until tomorrow.
Be coming round the mountain.
Shall we do that? Shall we wait until tomorrow?
Be
Felicity?
coming round the mountain.
Well, why don't we do that then? Why don't we wait? And later, if you feel like it,
Piss poor.
what?
Piss poor. Your attitude. It's a piss poor way to treat people.
But Felicity,
But.
please.
Please what? Oh, all right. You want to talk? Let's talk. I feel fine. Is that what you want to hear? Of course it is. I feel fine. I'm just as blind as I was yesterday.
Good. I want to go back because I'm not feeling like I want to start you out in a moment of clarity. And boy, you did that beginning so much better. I just love that when you took the time to listen to him and it was a back and forth. It worked really well, right? And then you say piss poor and you go, you're at it the way you treat people. It's piss poor. I want you to really be, I want you, what's the, give me a couple lines after that, piss poor. Do it for me.
Piss poor, your attitude. It's a piss poor way to treat people.
But Felicity.
But.
Yeah. And, oh, but. You're always saying, but, I want you to be really on top of it and making until there is a point. I'm sure there will be a point where you sort of lose it so that we identify you as somebody who is not treating the medical community with any respect and has dealt with them for so long that all she can do is make fun of them. Okay. You want to go back to the beginning one more time, or do you want to take it from, yeah? Okay. One more time, try to get a roll on it. That's what we're here for tonight, is to try to fall into these things and feel like you're in the pocket. All right, here we go.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
But if you don't have to talk to us if you don't want to.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she.
Felicity.
She'll
Well,
be
if you'd rather not talk now, we can wait until tomorrow.
round the mountain.
Shall we do that? Shall we wait until tomorrow? Felicity. Well, why don't we do that then? Why don't we wait? And later, if you feel like talking.
Piss poor.
What?
Piss poor. Your attitude. It's a piss poor way to treat people.
But Felicity.
But.
Please.
Please what?
Make more fun. Go back to but. Make more fun of them on but. And go.
But.
Please.
Please what? Oh, all right. You want to talk? Let's talk.
Now just give them a flat out report, like it shows no respect. I know the bullshit you want to hear. Here's the bullshit. Give it to them.
Oh, all right. You want to talk? Let's talk. I feel fine. Is that what you want to hear? Of course it is. I feel fine. There's no pain. I'm just as blind as I was yesterday. My bowels are working. And that's all I got to say about it.
We're only trying to help.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but I don't need any more help from you, do I?
Well, we don't know.
Of course you know. I just told you. I just said it, didn't I?
Yes.
Well, and there you are. There's nothing more to say. You should learn to listen.
Yes.
Good. I want to go back. Do that little section, that little 3-line section again. Play a little, like a little child's game on him, like ha 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 ha. Only without actually ha 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 ha. But you know what I'm talking about. Go back like 4 lines, Joel. Cue her in.
We're only trying to help.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but I don't need any more help from you, do I?
Well, we don't know.
Well, of course you know. I just told you. I just said it, didn't I?
Yes.
Well, there you are. There's nothing more to say. You should learn to listen.
Yes.
What? Oh, you got your friends out there again? I'll come to look at the dead people?
Felicity.
Where He doesn't like me to talk like that. He's sensitive. Why don't you go hide yourself out there with the rest of them?
Would you like me to leave?
No. You stay where you are.
All right.
How do I look today?
You look fine.
Ha! You're a liar. I look like I feel a smell too.
Are you tired, Felicity?
No,
Do you want to talk some more today?
no,
All right, then. Do you want to go back to the cottage?
no,
Will you tell us if you're in pain?
no.
You could help us if you talk to us.
Help you. Help you. Don't make me laugh. I'll split a stitch. Which one of us is kicking the bucket? Me? Me or you?
Well,
Ah, come on, spit it out. Don't be shy. You're not stupid on top of everything else, are you? One of us is dying and it isn't you, is it?
no, you are the patient.
Patient? Patient, hell. I'm the corpse. I got one lung, one plastic bag for a stomach, two springs.
Okay,
in the
good.
back.
Great, Cam. I love this. Let's change tone here, right? But you know, so what does he just say when you say, what's the cue line for I'm a corpse?
You're the patient.
Yeah, you're the patient. Patient, you know, look at yourself and then just go really negative on yourself. You know how you've been playing with him. Take that same energy and just put yourself down. You're a piece of shit. You're just, I'm nothing, right? And we take that same sort of making fun energy and you take it inward. I want to see what that does. That was great. That was great how you just kept fucking around with him. Let's go back to the series of no's because you're really fucking with him there. And I absolutely love that. And maybe that'll lead us to the right place. Go back to the first question where her answer is just a single word no, Joe.
Are you tired, Felicity?
No.
Do you want to talk some more today?
No.
All right, then. Do you want to go back to the cottage?
No.
Will you tell us if you're in pain?
No.
You could help us if you talk to us.
Help you. Help you. Don't make me laugh. I'll split a stitch. Which one of us is kicking the bucket? Me? Me or you?
Well,
Come on. Spit it out. Don't be shy. You're not stupid on top of everything else, are you? One of us is dying. And it isn't you, is it?
no, you are the patient.
Patient. Patient hell. I'm the corpse. I got one lung.
Don't explain it to me. Just go rant. I got one fucking lung. I got
one lung. One plastic bag for a stomach, two springs and a battery where my heart used to be. You cut me up and took out everything that wasn't nailed down, you sons of bitches.
But we're not your doctors, Mrs. Thomas.
We're not your doctors. Claire?
What?
Claire?
Mrs. Thomas, are you all right?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'll tell you when I'm not all right. It isn't 5, is it? Is it 5 yet?
5.
You sons of bitches. My daughter Claire.
Yes.
She writes to me regularly. A letter almost every day. I have them at the cottage.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Where does she live?
Who?
Your daughter, Claire.
Yes. I've kept them all. Every letter she ever sent me.
That's a good idea.
So I'll have them when I go home. She's a good girl. My Claire.
Where is she now?
Now
Yes.
she's with me
Where?
here at the house.
The house.
Yes. You know, run a place like this on dreams. It takes hard work. We made a clear profit in 63. Nobody was more surprised than me, but we did it. How do I look today?
You look fine. Do you want to talk about Claire?
I look terrible.
The more we know, the easier it is for us to understand how you feel.
No. Claire isn't with me anymore. She'll be here soon. But she isn't here now. Agnes is with me now. Agnes! Agnes is my oldest.
Yes, we know.
Agnes! Agnes!
Mrs. Thomas,
Claire has 2 children now, 2 beautiful twin angels. Agnes has me.
yes,
Yes, Mama, I'm coming.
She's a little slow. Not her fault. Takes after her father, not too pretty, not too bright. Is she here yet?
Yes, Mama, I'm here.
See what I mean? You be careful of Agnes. She's jealous.
Mama, please.
Get me out of here.
is that all for today? No, sorry.
Is that all for today?
Yes, thank you. That's all.
That's all. Take me back.
Yes, Mama.
Easy. You'll upset my internal wire works.
I'm sorry. Same time tomorrow?
Yes, and if you have time, Agnes, we'd like to talk to you.
Me?
Oh,
Well, what
come
about?
on. We'll see about tomorrow. You sons of bitches.
All right,
Well, all right.
Push, Agnes.
Jesus.
Push.
Yes, Mama. Off we go.
No, that's the spirit. Put some balls into it.
All right, great. I got a quick note for you, Mel. You know, when you came in, when you made your entrance, and she was whispering to the guy, she's going, you know, she's not too pretty, you know, and remember that she's going, she's not too bright, she's not too pretty. She's sort of whispering that to the camera. And then what's the line after that? What's the line after that?
She's I think she's jealous or
You
something.
be careful of Agnes. She's jealous, and I'm always
Yeah,
slow
and
about those lines.
That's okay. And you're whispering it. And then what's the next line?
Please, Mama.
No, what's your very first line in the scene? And I need Cam's cue for your very first line in the scene, Mel. What's her cue line?
You be careful. You're jealous. She's jealous.
And
No,
then
no, that's not my first line.
Good. See, there was the problem.
2 beautiful twin angels. Agnes has me.
Agnes. Yes. And keep going. Agnes has me. Keep going, Cam.
Yes, Mama, I'm coming.
She's a little slow. When we take
Yes,
it
that's
out,
keep going. That's what I want. Yeah. Yes,
she's a little slow. Not her fault. Takes after her father. Not too pretty, not too bright. Is she here yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. So when you say she here yet and you're kind of whispering it, Mel, I want you to go, yes, mama, I'm here. In other words, your aunt, you know that she does this all the time. And so I want you to fuck with her. Like, so that our first view of you is that you're not intimidated. It's just like another pickup and you're gonna, she's always putting you down behind your back, So if she's doing that like it's a big secret, then you play along with the secret too.
Like it's The Secret, you mean?
Well, yeah. In other words, you use your tone of voice to sort of make a statement that means that you saying that doesn't bother me at all. I know exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
So that our first establishment of this relationship is a great deal of understanding, and that it just makes you laugh sometimes because it's so ridiculous what she does and how rude she is. I mean, it's just, yeah. So we'll start you out there. Cam, that was really great. It was really starting to come along. I loved some of the stuff that you were inventing. Here's a couple of things, right? When that section, when you really start laughing hard, and you start laughing and then you say, don't make me laugh, I'll pull a stitch or something.
Split a stitch, yeah.
Yeah. What I'd like you to try to do is to as you're laughing, don't make me laugh, I'll pull it. In other words, that you feel a pull in the stitch from the laugh, and then you shoot the next line from that pull in the stitch. And it's still funny, but I want you to feel that pull.
Okay.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Here's another thing that I want to establish about your relationship is whenever you call for Claire, I want you to feel like, at least in this beginning, I want you to feel like you demand her quick response so that it's Claire, I need you immediately. Claire, get your ass here right now. So that there's a sense that you're entitled to her quick reaction and her immediacy, that's part of your entitlement.
So it's a demand.
Yeah, it's a demand. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? And then you get to a point and you have one line that's who, ? What comes right before that, Cam? You have the script.
Yes, I do. It's yes. My line before that is yes.
Yeah, give me a little bit of
Give
me a little bit of context, like 2 or 3 lines of context.
One
Joel, do you
second
see where it is?
1 second before I know who she is, and then the next second I don't.
Yeah, I know. That's where you are slipping from a lucid moment to a non-lucid moment.
Yeah.
Right. And don't feel afraid.
She sends me a letter writes to me regularly, letter almost every day. I have them at the cottage.
That's
She
completely
said, very nice. And I say, yes. And he said, where does she live? And I say, who?
Right. And it's from that, you were doing it exactly right. It's so lucid to you. She writes me every day. She ba-da-da-da-da. Where does she do that? Ba-da-da-da-da. What are the letters? Who? In other words, so you need to take a moment to have that senior moment where you don't know where you are. You need that moment before then. Because what we've done in this first scene is make you very lucid, and I love it. But that real senior moment is going to be great.
Okay, take the moment. Okay.
Yeah, take the moment. And you'll see what happens is, and I think you come out of that, and then you say, how do I look? Which is not related to the unlucid moment. It re-elucidates you. Right?
Okay.
Okay, good. All right.
Where are we going?
I'm thinking. I just want to make sure. Are you good, Cam?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come and go now.
Oh, I know that. I know that. But what I want to do is to make sure that
yeah, I want to hear everything.
Yeah, good. And then how do I look? All right, let's try the scene one more time from the top. All right.
Oh, okay.
And don't worry about trying to get it right, Cam. What you're trying to do is to play as much as you can with him because you have no respect for him. And when there is no room to play, then that's when you talk about yourself, like I'm a piece of shit. And that changes your tone there. Just play with him all the way up until there. I love that. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do. It doesn't feel effortless. It doesn't flow yet.
Well, God knows, we got time. But what I want to do, what tonight is about, is discovering the core of where you're coming from, that it has happened to you for so long, and this has been going on and protracted for so long that it's just all a big joke. The doctors are a joke, your daughter's a joke, everything's a joke. And really, actually, the only serious thing is the ill-lucid moment that you have when you go, I can't run a farm like this, can't run a farm like this, can't do that, can't run a farm like, that's really, you're in another world there. You're living in your past.
Yeah, but I'm pretty lucid about my past when I'm
No. You got to get lost. That's got to be a non-lucid moment.
Really? Because I feel like it's non-lucid in the present, but
Yeah.
in the past I'm lucid.
Oh yeah, in the past you're lucid, but I'm saying you're time traveling there. You're in another place from where my friend poor Joel is trying to get some reason from you. You're going to a completely different place. Okay, here we go. Let's start it again. And fuck with him.
I'm blanking on the song.
You're starting? Yeah.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
But you don't have to talk to us if you don't want to.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
Felicity?
She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming.
If you'd rather not talk now, we can wait until tomorrow.
The mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
Shall we do that, huh? Shall we do that? Shall we wait until tomorrow?
She'll be riding 6 white horses when she comes.
Why don't we wait?
She'll
And
be
later, if
riding
you feel
6 white horses when she comes.
piss poor.
Oh, pooey.
Don't be mad. Just come on. We got plenty of time. Just go piss poor. Make fun of him. Fuck with him. Go.
Let me just take it one more time, please.
Okay, Cam, again, what tonight is about, because we're taking a step back from the show. I mean, I will let you go back and do it. Absolutely. I want you to do anything that you want to do.
I've got to learn all his lines. So
I know, and you will, and you absolutely will. There's no question in my mind tonight, but all I want to do tonight is to play with the impulse of what the character is doing. And don't worry about getting that right, but we will go back this one more time. Okay, here we go. And
she'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
You don't have to talk to us if you don't want to.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
Felicity?
She'll be coming round the mountain.
If you'd rather not talk now, we can wait until tomorrow.
Round the mountain.
Shall we do that? Shall we wait until tomorrow?
Round the mountain.
Felicity?
She comes.
Well, why don't we do that then? Why don't we wait and later, if you feel like...
Piss poor.
What?
Piss poor. Your attitude. It's a piss poor way to treat people.
But Felicity...
What?
Please.
Please what? Oh, all right. You want to talk? Let's talk. I feel fine. Is that what you want to hear? Of course it is. I feel fine. There's no pain. I'm just as blind as I was yesterday. My bowels are working, and that's all I got to say about it.
We're only trying to help.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but I don't need any more help from you, do I?
Oh, well, we don't know.
Of course you know. I just told you. I just said it, didn't I?
Yes.
Well, then there you are. There's nothing more to say. You should learn to listen.
Yes.
What? Oh, you got your friends out there again. All come to look at the dead people.
Felicity.
He doesn't like me to talk like that. He's sensitive. Why don't you go hide out there with the rest of them?
Would you like me to go?
No. You stay where you are.
All right.
How do I look today?
You look fine.
You're a liar. I look like I feel. I smell too.
Are you tired, Felicity?
No,
Do you want to talk some more today?
no,
All right, then. Do you want to go back to the cottage?
no,
Would you talk to us if you're in pain?
no.
You could help us if you talk to us.
Help you? Help you? Don't make me laugh. I'll split a stitch. Which one of us is kicking the bucket? Me? Me or you?
Well,
Oh, come on, spit it out. Don't be shy. You're not stupid on top of everything else, are you? One of us is dying, and it isn't you, is it?
no. You are the patient.
Patient? Patient hell. I'm the corpse. I have one lung, one plastic bag for a stomach, 2 springs and a battery where my heart used to be. You cut me up and took out everything that wasn't nailed down, you sons of bitches.
But we're not your doctors.
Big doctors visit. Claire! Claire!
Mrs. Thomas, are you all right?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'll tell you when I'm not all right. It isn't 5, is it? Is it 5 yet?
5.
You sons of bitches. My daughter, Claire,
Yes.
she writes to me regularly. A letter almost every day. I have them at the cottage.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Where does she live?
Oh,
Your daughter, Claire.
yes. I have them all. Every letter she ever sent me.
That's a good idea.
Yes, so I'll have them when I go home. She's a good girl. My Claire.
Where is she now?
No,
Yes.
she's with me
Where?
here at the house.
The house.
Yes. You don't build a place like this on dreams. It takes hard work. The property isn't much, but the stock is good. We made a clear profit in '63. Nobody was more surprised than me, but we did it. How do I look today?
You look fine. Do you want to talk about Claire?
There. I look terrible.
The more we know, the easier it is for us to understand how you feel.
No. Claire isn't with me anymore. She'll be here soon. But she isn't here now. Agnes is with me now. Agnes! Agnes is my oldest.
Yes, we know.
Agnes! Agnes!
Mrs. Thomas,
Claire has 2 children now, 2 beautiful twin angels. Agnes! Agnes says me.
Yes, Mama, I'm coming.
She's a little slow. Not her fault. Takes after her father. Not too pretty, not too bright. Is she here yet? Yes, Mama, I'm here. See what I mean? You be careful of Agnes. She's jealous. Get me out of here.
Mama, please.
Yes, thank you, Agnes, that's all.
Get me out of here.
Yes, Mama.
Easy, easy. You'll upset my internal wire works.
I'm sorry. Same time tomorrow?
Yes, and if you have time, Agnes, we'd like to talk to you.
Me?
Oh, we'll see about tomorrow, you sons of bitches.
Well, all right.
Push, Agnes, push.
Yes, Mama. Off we go.
Spirit, put some balls into it.
Great, 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 great. Mel, I love the entrance worked great that way. I loved it. I got two quick notes for you, and I just love beginning the relationship that way in a point of absurdity in your mind. Two notes for you real quick, and they're basically the same thing, Cam. You have the very beginning. You want to know how I am? I feel fine. That the rhythm, it just has to be a flat rhythm in the time. I feel fine. I have a da 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 da. Knock that off. Same note on patient hell. I'm a corpse. I got no lungs. I got no thump. Those are the same two things. They need to be tight rhythms.
Tight rhythms meaning, again.
Meaning that it's just like, okay, I know what I'm supposed. Oh shit, I know what I am. I got no tits. I got no thing. They're just things about your physicality that you know that you spend no time on.
Okay, so say again what the two places are.
It's I feel fine, and then that's that whole report. You know, it's the report. It starts with I feel fine.
Okay, and the second one is
patient hell. I'm a corpse.
So are you saying that's another report?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, well, yeah, it's your own report. Yeah, patient hell. I'm a corpse. I got no lungs. I got no. It's the same. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's the same sort of rhythmic meaning. Okay, great.
Okay.
And then the very last note I have for you is that when you have toward the end, you go, Claire isn't with me anymore. That's when you pop back into a lucid moment. Okay. Mel, come on back on. Everybody come on back on a sec. Great. Ange, you just look so cute. I can't stand it. Okay. Great. So now we're going to flip to Mel. Did you all see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to find the center of where we start. I'm trying to find the core of where we are at critical points in the play. And we never really see a side of Felicity that's just gone over the edge, but she's clear about the fact that she has gone over the edge. I love bringing her in with clarity because she spends so much of the time on the play without clarity or in those unclear moments. And I just think it changes the dynamic. And did it change your understanding of her a little bit, Cam?
Yes and no. I still feel like I'm acting pretty crazy because
well, I mean, in your lucid moment, I mean, you've got to decide. This is the things you need to make the decisions about. In your lucid moments, you're not crazy. You know what you're talking about. In your non-lucid moments, then they're either lost on the farm, and that's one place, or it's lost in something. You know what I mean? You have to make those decisions, but this new element of making fun of the interviewer launches your playfulness, and I like that.
Yeah. Okay, no, yeah.
Joel?
No.
Thank you, Booby. Feel better. God, I'm so upset about your knee.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
We'll get it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. See you next week, all of you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
right.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch to Mel now. Let's go to Mel. We're going to work on your monologue, right, Mel?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Now, if I do this,
Yes,
do you still see me?
I see you clearly,
Good.
yeah. What
Good,
did you,
good. Because
did you,
what I want is not to see myself.
okay. What page does your monologue start on? Can you give me a page number?
I think you want to start on page 58. I'm
Okay.
not sure where you actually want to dig in.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. That's what I'm flipping in. Okay. Yeah, I do want to start on 58, and I want to again. What I want to do is play with. We were very close. I want to play with the reluctance of you telling this story. In other words, the playwright gives you that direction with great reluctance. You know, in other words, sometimes people ask me to tell a story and I just don't want to tell it. And finally, he's sorted your sister. Oh, Claire. Yes, Claire is my sister. Yes. All right. Well, if you got to know about it, we were very close. You know what I mean? All right. If you're really going to fucking force it out of me, we were very close. And I want you to launch that story that way and see where that takes you, because I think that's the truthful energy that the character is in at the time, is that she's been trying to avoid this discussion. All right. And if you don't want to tell it, then it's not like you're trying to tell me the story. It's like you're trying to get the story over with so that it's active. If I'm telling a story and I want to get it over with, I'm going to be briefer in some areas. I'm not going to give you a lot of, I'm really only sort of, and then the irony of the whole thing is that you just go on and on and on, you know, and that's, and the reluctance should remain as it goes on and on and on. And then what's the very last line, which is the irony of the whole thing, that you say something, you say, but doesn't matter as Claire is, what is it? It's, well, I don't think so.
Just so she knows Claire is coming. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what the last line is, because she
Sometimes
does
I
go
think-
on and on and on.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, I know. What's so funny is,
I would say it's just so she knows Claire is coming would be kind of the last line of the.
yeah, it's just so she knows, but now it doesn't matter. Oh, but I don't think that way. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we'll find it as we go through. Believe me,
Right.
I got a really great thing for you. But anyway, let's just start now. Like, all right, if you fucking want me to tell a fucking story, I'll tell it. But I'm going to get it over with as quick as I can. Let's just play with that idea, okay?
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
I know. Here we go. And just play with it. And don't, if you feel you want to read it, that's okay too. Whatever you want to do. But I want you to play with trying to get it over with as quick as possible, but just keep going deeper and deeper into it as you try to get it over with. It's strange.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's the line I was talking about. In the middle of 59, you say, they said at first they thought she was going to be all right, but she remembered she was hemorrhaging. This is very hard to remember, you know, right? Right. And you've got to complain about that too, because that's the space you're in, and see where that takes you.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Is that where you want me to stop? Because she goes on after that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I want you to start with, we were very close, and I want you to take it through, Claire is coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Wait,
all right.
I'm trying to hide myself, but hide self-view. Suddenly I can't hide myself. Why not?
I don't know.
I just did it. Oh, well, I'll make myself very small.
Do you want me to be on book now?
Yes, please.
Okay, so page what?
Page 57. Bottom
Okay.
of 57.
All right, and you'll just call a line if you need it, right? I'm not going to do anything unless you say it.
Yes. Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and I got no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going to keep you on this reluctance. I'm going to keep you on this not wanting to tell it. All right.
Oh dear, I don't think I want to do this, so I'm very reluctant.
What's the matter, honey? Yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't. Say Claire is my sister.
Claire is my sister.
Yes.
We were very close.
No, well, we were very close. All right. Fuck it. All right. Fuck it.
Well,
I'm gonna.
We were very close.
Yeah. Good. Our whole fucking. Yeah.
Especially after my father died. We were just little then.
I don't know where you are.
She's on the bottom of 58.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Good, good. Let's launch it again. And what I want to do is, again, diminish everything. We were just children, and Mama worked very hard to keep us together. None of this is important, but if you want to know it, none of this is important, but if you got to know it, here's the shit. All right, and go. We were very close.
Claire is my sister.
Yes.
We were very close, our whole family, especially after my father died. We were just little. Mama worked really hard to keep us together. We had a dairy farm. It was a beautiful place and big old house. 1873, and so much land. Well, it seemed a lot bigger back then.
And I just want to stop you. And maybe I'm miscommunicating. Is what I'm trying to do is to help you make this an active monologue, not a descriptive monologue. Because what happens when you start describing what happened to you without a context of an action, I don't care. And the context of the action that will make me care about you is you telling me something that you're reluctant to tell, so that we had a dairy farm. It was a beautiful place. It was a big house. It was all this stuff. Is if I see you working to get it over with as soon as possible, is to diminish the lack of importance that it is, to diminish the lack of Claire, then all of your lying is hidden. And then accidentally you reveal way too much in trying not to reveal something. Does that make any sense at all? Am I confusing you?
It does. I'm just having trouble finding it, but I will. I'll just.
Hate it. Hate having to. I have to. All right, I have to say this. We were very close. All right, just go there.
We were very close. Our whole family, especially after my father died. We were just little children then. We were children then. And Mother worked really hard to keep us together. We had a dairy farm. It was a beautiful place. Big old house, 1873.
Great, good. Now just take that same little section and just for me, just to play, do that all double time and go. We were very close. Go.
We were very close, our whole family. Oh God, I can't do it fast, which is so ridiculous. We were
great. So this is why we're having an acting class again. In other words, this is what we all talked about during class, is pacing protection. That's the issue, is that you can't do it at the pace your character wants to do it at. You don't know it well enough to do it at the pace that
I do. I know this thing backwards and forwards.
But you don't know.
Our whole family, especially after my father died.
Keep going.
We were just children then. Mother worked really hard to keep us together. We had a dairy farm. It's a beautiful place, big old house. Lips, 1873, and so much land. Well, it seemed so much bigger then. I was so small. I was so little. We were very happy. And then Claire, well, there was a boy. Well, she left us just like that. She was a lot like Mama. They used to yell and fight and throw things at each other. They got along very well.
Yeah, you like that. Two of the kind. Yeah, they got along very well. Keep going.
They got along very well. Do you want me to just go through?
Listen, Mel, that is exactly the right approach to that piece. That is exactly the right. It's like, I don't really want to tell you this, and you don't really need to know this, but I'm going to tell you this, and this is what happened, and bingo. Then you're active.
And what about the ellipses?
Well, the ellipses are all, it's a rhythmic thing, so that if you're in a sense where you're rhythmically moving ahead because you want to get through it and you run into an ellipse, it's only because you can't get the information because you're in a hurry to get through it. So the ellipse means something a little bit different. That it's not a thoughtful ellipse. It's the lack of a thought getting in the way of the emotional response that you need the ellipse.
And then I feel when I get to Claire, things change. Like that's a beat.
Well, when you get to Claire, when?
59, Claire was so beautiful. So
no, she left us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but don't want to tell that, but also blame her too. When she left us. Right. Absolutely. I don't want to tell you any of this, but if you have to know, that's what keeps it active all the time. In other words, what's happening to me emotionally, I can't control, is that I do not want to be telling this story. What do I have to do to survive this story? Well, I'm just going to tell it as quickly as I can and get it over with. It's really hard to remember these things. And then, that's a complaint, that's a complaint. And then the interviewer says, but these letters from Claire, yes, you see, it was and then he makes you go on again. And you go, so that's the activity, Mel. That's what makes you really exciting. Can the others pop on for 2 seconds? I just want to ask you guys something about this. Did you guys see the difference of what she was doing when she finally just did that? Tell Mel what your reaction to that difference was.
I thought it was much more active. There was something going on. I felt like you had to get it out and didn't really want to talk to this creep, but you got it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's that sense of having to force something out that is active. It's very active. The emotion is what's driving the speech, not the intellect. Yeah. And the ellipses then become a moment when you're so emotional about what's going on that you can't, oh yeah, it's this, and okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're really going, John, did you see the difference?
Yeah, it has more life.
It does. It really does, Mel. And that's the trap of the piece, is if it sounds like some sort of explanation of your family, it's boring. Yeah. But if it sounds like a story of your family that you don't want to tell, well, then I'm pretty interested in anybody's story that they don't want to tell. I'm kind of interested in that, Yeah. If they don't want to talk about it, that's what I want to talk about. Right. That's just who I am. So that's what I mean by the activity that I'm talking about.
Yeah, I could feel when she was trying to say it faster, that she was resisting, she wanted to get it over with. And
that's where the rhythm comes. The tighter rhythm that's going to be more challenging for you in this piece is that you want to get it over with. And that's a very big part of it too. Now Mel's going, why didn't we just do the show this week?
No, I actually love it. It's just, I'm not used to that, and it's going to take me.
That's why we needed this night, everybody. Yeah. I needed to get to the core of the center of each of you to launch it in the right direction. And this is really the core of Agnes, who does not want to talk about her past. She only wants her present tense to be over with. Agnes only wants the future. I don't want to talk about the past. I hate the present. The only thing that's possible for me is the future. All right, here we go. Let's try it from, we're very close. And you hang in there as much as you want and call for line.
Right, I mean, I might not be able to get the whole thing, but oh boy.
It doesn't matter. What we're trying to do is discover it, Mel. We're not trying to nail it, okay? So enjoy calling for line, all right?
Okay.
I know I'll enjoy watching you. Okay, anytime you're ready.
Claire is my sister.
Yes.
We were very close, all of us, our whole family. Especially after my father died. I mean, we were just little then. Mother worked really hard to keep us together. We had a dairy farm. It was a beautiful place. A big old house, 1873, and so much land. Well, it seemed even bigger then. I was so little. And we were lying.
We were very happy.
We were very happy. And then Claire, well, there was this boy. She left us just like that. She was a lot like Mama. Or they used to yell and fight and throw things at each other. They got along very well. Claire was so beautiful. I was frightened when they fought. And I would hide in my room when they fought. I got so frightened. But suddenly, I don't know, suddenly the fight would be over and Mama would throw open her arms and curse the day she bore children. And then Claire would laugh and then Mama would laugh. And then all of us, we'd all laugh. I can still hear us. But then she left us and we never heard anything for almost a year. It's the longest year I can remember. And Mama waited and waited, but she never wrote. She never came back to visit. Nothing. And then one morning we received a call from a man in Louisiana. There had been an accident or something, and Claire was dead. They said at first they thought she was going to be all right, but she was hemorrhaging, and this is very hard to remember.
But these are letters from Claire.
Yes. You see, it was after Claire died that Mama started to get sick. All at once, she was old, and she isn't, you know, but she just seemed to give up hope, and I couldn't pull her out of it. I mean, Claire could have, but I couldn't. Lying.
We lost the farm, the house, everything.
We lost the farm, the house, everything. Lying.
One thing led to another.
And one thing led to another, and the letters. It was after one of Mama's last operations, and she came home from the hospital, and she seemed very happy. She was much stronger than ever, and she laughed and joked like she did before, and she made fun of me like she did before. Lying.
And then she told me she had written a letter.
And then she told me she had written a letter.
Yeah, and this is and then here's where the tone starts. And then she told me she had written a letter. Right now, it's like I had nothing to fucking do with this. So now this rhythm turns into a defense of what you want to do, of what you did, and how bad you've been in doing this, and how guilty you felt about doing this. That's what that turns in. That rhythm sets you up for a rhythmic defense of your own behavior.
Can I start to slow down?
Oh, you can start to always try to be specific. And you're bringing up the points that make it not your fault. And this is the main thing, is then all of a sudden, what was it?
Then she told me she had written a letter.
Yeah, and she told me she had written a letter. Now take it right from there. Defend yourself. Go.
And then she told me she had written a letter to Claire. Lying.
While she was in the hospital.
Then she told me she had written a letter to Claire while she was in the hospital, and she said she was very nice to her, and she forgave her for not writing and coming to visit, and asking her if she would come to visit and bring her children. Well, Claire had been dead a long time then, and I didn't know what to do. I tried to tell her. I tried, but she wouldn't listen. And of course, no letter came, no reply. Mama, I kept. No, but Mama would ask every day for the mail. Every day I had to tell her, no, there wasn't any. Every day. And when there wasn't any mail, a letter for a long time, she started to get worse. She wouldn't talk, and when she did, she accused me of being jealous and of hiding the letters. And sometimes, well, this is very hard to remember. I didn't know what to do. So.
How long have you been writing these letters?
Almost 2 years. You're not angry with me, are you?
No.
It means so much to her. It gives her hope.
Yeah, now this is your passion for your idea. What the fuck? I did the right thing. Go. It means so much to her. Go.
It means so much to her. It's important to her. It gives her something to hope for. You have to have something. People need something to hope for, to help keep them going.
Do they?
Oh, yes. Sometimes I think if we can just wait long enough, something will happen. Oh, not that Mama will live, but something. And so I write the letters. I don't mind. It isn't hard. I read little things in books and newspapers, and then I just make up what's happening in my head. And sometimes I just write down whatever comes into my head. You see, Mama doesn't really listen to them anymore. She used to. It used to be the only time that we could talk. But now, doesn't matter what they say, just so long as she knows Claire is coming.
What happens when Claire doesn't show up?
Oh, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Mama, well, she won't, even if.
You mean she'll probably die before she even finds out?
Yes.
What will you do then, Agnes?
Me?
Yeah. Does it? I mean, I lost it. Okay, good. Mel. Woo! Ah, Mel, that was great. That was great.
I'm going to have to get used to it, Bill.
Well, I know you're going to have
it.
You're not only.
I love it. And I think, and I hope anyway, that sometimes if I can speed up, and then sometimes I can slow down a little bit and speed up again.
The only thing you should slow down for is to make something absolutely clear, which is that it's not your fault, that it was out of your control, that it was a situation out of my control. You know, and that's why that not wanting to tell the story rhythm really sets you up for your own defense. And that's what was missing before.
Sheesh.
Yeah. But you see how conflicted she is this rapid rhythm of wanting to pour through it is just part of her wanting wanting to let the past, forget about the past. I don't want to talk about the past. The past is what got me fucking here. And this is the most miserable thing. And only thing's good is looking out that fucking window, man. You know, that's the only hope you got. And then the magnitude of what you have done to yourself by telling these stories, the magnitude hits you that you've actually lengthened her life. You've actually lengthened your jail sentence by doing this. You know, that's what makes that really powerful and really will work for you when we get to it.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. That's great. 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 Come on back, everybody.
Wow.
Okie doke. All right.
That's something else. That's
Yes,
just
it really
something
is.
else.
This play is something else. I got to tell you, this play is really something else. All right. So next up, is it you, John? Are you next up? Okay. So what's the first monologue we're working on? First of all, does anybody else have any comment about the workout that I just gave Mel?
Oh yeah, please give me feedback.
Yeah, it was so spontaneous. It really did seem like it was just gushing out of her.
Yeah, it really did.
That's the kind of flow I would love to get.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, what it was is it kept you interested. It kept you driving in because you knew that she was doing something as opposed to just telling you something.
Yeah,
at
and
this point, honestly, all I was doing at this point was just saying the lines because
yeah, well,
I was honestly, I mean, I was just.
Well, let me tell you one thing, Mel. You've spent a lot of time working through the logic of these lines.
Yes.
So you understand them, you know, I mean, you're saying you're just running through them, but that's not true. That's not true. That wasn't true for me hearing it, was that you were taking what you already knew and putting it into a different context, and that's uncomfortable. But
okay. It did.
That's all.
It felt very, very uncomfortable.
Of course it did. It felt like I was trying to rape you and rape this part. And that's exactly what I want. I want it to be, it's because she's not comfortable saying it, you know, and then she takes that lax and she says, no, listen, it was, look, one day she asked for a letter from Claire. What the fuck?
I love it. I love it. But I'm gonna have to get used to that.
That's great. Good. All right, let's go to
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We're going to John now. Everybody click off. We're going to John. Here we go.
Yeah, and you said you want to do this monologue, and you also want to do the monologue, that long monologue I have in the scene with Beverly and Mark when I get upset about the jacket. So.
Yes, let's start with this one on 49 first.
Coney Island, yeah.
Hold on 2 seconds. I just want to get to that page.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to ask you, what happened to Joel's knee?
Joel had his second operation on his knee, and he said last night he twisted in his sleep and pulled the knee out of place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Joel has sleep apnea, so he's got to wear that mask and that whole thing, and he's a rough sleeper.
Do they have to do it again?
Well, he doesn't know. He won't know until he sees the surgeon on Thursday. So.
Wow.
Anyway, my boy. Okay.
Wow.
All right, let's start this. Let me just go back with your perception, and then we're going to talk a little bit, because this, to me, as I was going through it and working it, John, this is the core of what's going on inside of you, I think, you know, and I want to get to that. And I want to find that, because, you know, what we hear in the first scene is such bullshit, you know, and we hear so much bullshit from you. Now you're talking to somebody who you probably can't fool, you know, or maybe can bring you insight to, you know, it's a whole different voice from what we hear any other time. Just go through it once. Let me watch, and then we'll go back.
Yeah.
Here we go. And remember, this is coming like right out of context of other people talking to the thing. So you can give it the illusion. I asked one of the, you know, like we're catching you like right in the middle of a conversation, that it's not the beginning of a conversation, that you've been there a while and now this subject comes up.
Yeah, and I just realized that looking at tonight that it's the first line is, I asked one of the doctors, period. For some reason, I thought it was a comma. Like I asked one of the doctors, I said, but he's saying, I asked one of the doctors. So then it occurred to me that I'm probably in the middle of a conversation about shaking with the interviewer, that this happens.
Exactly.
And he asked me a question or something. I said, well, I asked one of the doctors.
That's exactly the right context. That's great. That's exactly the kind of decisions I want you guys to be making. And here we go. Anytime you're ready.
I asked one of the doctors, I said, why do I shake like this? He said he didn't know. I said, well, is it a symptom or is it because of the drugs? He said no. And I said, well, why then? I don't seem to have any control of it. I'm feeling perfectly fine. And then I shake. And then he said, try to think if it's ever happened before, that kind of thing. And I couldn't for a long time. And then I remembered being very young. I was 5 years old. My father was taking me to Coney Island and we got separated on the train. I kept trying to ask for directions, but I couldn't talk because I was shaking so badly. It was because I was frightened. Well, that's why I shake now. Isn't it?
Good. And you want the answer to be yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're asking, plead for the answer that you want. All right. So here's what hit me as you were going through this. The very beginning of that, you were launched. I love the way you launched it and you stayed on it really well. And he said no. Well, why then? I don't seem to have any control. See, I said he didn't know. I said, well, it isn't a symptom. Because he said no, and I said, well, why then? He does.
And I have a sense he's getting irritated with the doctor. Like, well, what the fuck is the problem? What's why can't you tell me? That's why
this other doctor, not the doctor you're talking to, the other doctor.
Right. Well, I'm talking to the interviewer here, aren't I?
Yes, you are. But you're saying I asked one of the doctors. Right. Now we're talking about him. We're not talking about.
The doctor who didn't have the answer couldn't give me the answer.
Right. So let's talk about him. I asked one of the doctors. Now talk about him. You're not talking about the interviewer. Go.
Right. I asked one of the doctors. I said, why do I shake like this? He said he didn't know. I said, well, is it a symptom or is it because of the drugs? He said no. And I said, well, why then? I don't seem to have any control of it.
Yeah. And now this is the part that's present tense worrying you. Well, then why then? I don't seem to, what I mean? This is the depth of something that's happening to you that you have no control over, right? So you got to dig that in more there. Let's go. He said no. And I said, well, go.
Right. He said no. And I said, well, why then? I don't seem to have any control of it. I'm perfectly fine. And then I shake.
Yeah. Now, see, you're just describing it to me, but I'm not feeling that fear. See, this is what I'm saying is the center of the piece that we have to find here, because there is only one or two other places that you get to actually live in your fear and express it. And this is one of them. That's why I wanted to tackle this baby. All right. I want to see what he does with fear. It's not, it couldn't be. Yeah. Ooh. All right, here we go. Once again, I asked one of the doctors to tell me what he said. Talk about him.
I asked one of the doctors, I said, why do I shake like this? He said he didn't know. I said,
and actually, let's even make a negative comment about, he said he didn't know. I mean, the fucking doctor said he didn't know. Right. That's great. Start it again. Good.
I asked one of the doctors, I said, why do I shake like this? He said he didn't know. I said, well, is it a symptom or is it because of the drugs? He said no. And I said, well, why then? I don't seem to have any control of it. I feel perfectly fine. And then I shake. And he said, well, try to think if it's ever happened before, that kind of thing.
And it still pisses you off. You couldn't, and I couldn't.
Yeah, and I couldn't for a long time. And then I remembered being very young. I was, 5 years old. My father was taking me to Coney Island, and we got separated on the train, and
Great. Now, so here's the switch, Don. This is what's really cool, right? That's great. That's absolutely great, right? It was the other doctor, the putz, the other, right? And I couldn't. And then you say, and I couldn't for a long time. And then this is after you saw and then I remembered being very young. So now you're going back to this doctor and you're saying, oh, I remember this after I saw him, and this is a really good thing, huh? So this is really what it is, right? I mean, because he was probably right? And that's your present tense. So you're not talking about the other doctor now. Now what you're doing is using and employing the new doctor based on this new thought that you had after a long time.
Okay, wait a minute, I'm confused. What do you mean the new doctor?
Well, the new doctor, the one you're talking to now, the psychiatrist you're talking to now.
I thought it was the interviewer that I was talking.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Let's go back to the top again one more time, just to play with that again. In other words, it's the other doctor's fault. It was really confusing. And now I need your advice because I just thought of this like, wow, just, like a day ago. Man, here we go.
I asked one of the doctors, I said, why do I shake like this? And he said he didn't know. And I said, well, is it a symptom or is it because of the drugs? He said, no. And I said, well, why then? I don't seem to have any control over it. I'm feeling perfectly fine. And then I shake. And he said, well, try to think if it's happened before, that kind of thing. And I couldn't for a long time. And then I remembered being very young. I was, 5 years old.
Okay, now, and then I remembered being very young is the greatest idea you ever had. Okay, and then I remembered being very young. This is the answer, right? So it starts that, right? It's a really, and now what did you remember? What?
And then I remembered being very young.
Yeah. This is the answer, right?
5 years old. My father was taking me to Coney Island and we got separated on the train. And I kept trying to ask for directions, but I couldn't speak because I was shaking so badly.
Yeah, and actually that should actually be because I was shaking so bad. That's a positive thing in this story. It's not a negative thing. Yeah. Okay. And after a long time, go from there.
And then after a long time, I remembered being very young. I was, 5 years old. My father was taking me to Coney Island and we got separated on the train. And I kept asking for directions, but I couldn't speak because I was shaking so badly. It was because I was frightened. Well, that's why I shake now.
And make that a really, that's why I shake now. Like that, that's the most positive, that's the diagnosis you want, right? And then that ellipse, because you don't get a response from that ellipse is what you have to transist to, and then you got your last line, and that should really hit me hard. That should hit me hard because it hits him hard. That, isn't it, is really, really, you really want to know. You really want to know, is it just me? Did I think of the perfect solution? You didn't say yes or no. You didn't say, the doctor didn't say, right? So that inherently is his fear. That's what we have to imprint before we leave you in Act 1. I've got to know that you're, shit. Wait a minute, sorry. Matthew Davis, okay. So anyway, let's try it all together now. But it's great because you're talking.
So you're saying that's the thing. Your last comment was that's the thing we need to know is that I'm really scared shit, right? I mean,
well, yeah, but the only way we know it is that you so need a solution to why you shake in the present tense. and you still don't even believe it. So that's where that fear, all that fear is, isn't it? Is there's a, please tell me, because I got to know. That's all got to be wrapped up in that, isn't it? Want to give it one more try?
Sure, sure.
Good, great. Man.
I asked one of the doctors, I said, why do I shake like this? He said he didn't know. I said, well, is it a symptom or is it because of the drugs? He said, no. And I said, well, why then? I don't seem to have any control of it. I'm feeling perfectly fine.
Good. Now, see, that same fear, last 2 times you've given me the true fear of your present tense in that diagnosis. And I did not feel at that time that it was something that was happening to you that's out of your control, because that's the thing that's happening to you now too, right? Okay, here we go. Good, John. Thanks.
I asked one of the doctors, I said, why do I shake like this? He said he didn't know. I said, well, is it a symptom or is it because of the drugs? He said, no. And I said, well, why then? I don't seem to have any control of it. I'm feeling perfectly fine. And then I shake. And then he said, try to think if it's happened before, that sort of thing. And I couldn't for a long time. And then I remembered being very young. I was, 5 years old. My father was taking me to Coney Island and we got separated on the train, and I kept trying to ask for directions, but I couldn't speak because I was shaking so badly. It was because I was frightened. Well, that's why I shake now, isn't it?
Good, John. Good. I think you can probably take another half an hour before the isn't it, you know.
Okay.
I think you can live in that ellipse a little bit longer, because however, wherever the drama of the previous words take you, you live in that ellipse based on how you feel coming out of that. That's how you time that out. But you're way too modest on your first attempt at that ellipse. Okay. Good. Does that make sense to you now? Does that find see, because I want to find the core of what scares the shit out of this guy. Right. And it's what scares the shit out of him is things that happen to him that have never happened to him before. And when he realizes and goes, oh God, and then I remembered, oh man, this is it. It did happen to me before. So this is why, right? Wow,
but you know what I think, because he says when he's with Beverly and he says that last fraction of a second, when you know that the next fraction of a second, like he says, that's the hard part. I can't seem to fit that moment into my life.
Yeah.
And to me, that's connected to this. That's what's scaring the shit out of him, not really knowing, having to face that last. That's why he says, all this is easy, pain, discomfort. I mean, it's because I'm alive, and I'm just as alive now as I ever was.
Yeah, being dead's not a problem. It's the dying that I'm worried about.
It's that moment, that I think, I don't know. It's that fear that.
You're absolutely alone facing an absolute unknown, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Except give in.
Yeah.
Right. Good.
I mean, do you agree? Do you agree about that? That's the connection.
That's his
there?
Connection. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's his connection. I think everybody makes their own connection with death, and I wouldn't begin to define it for anybody else. But yeah, it feels like that's right to me. Did it feel right to you this time?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it's I don't know. It's like you said, he's got death all figured out. You know, he can handle it. He's got a great attitude about it. But it's those moments where that internal thing about that one moment when he's really going to be leaving this planet is that, what's going to happen next is what it gets in that moment.
Well, and that's the whole basis of what I do with acting. It's what's happening to me that I can't control and I'm really frightened of. That's what the actor is frightened of. That's why the actor is afraid to go to that place, is because something else may happen because of it. So it's a deep-seated fear. It's great. All right, let's do the second speech. Let me hear the second speech with what launches that? What page? Do you know what page?
Yeah,
that
what
is?
happens, it's 55, 56 or something. I think that's
Uh-huh.
what you put in the,
Okay.
what happens is we're with Beverly. Beverly opens the bottle of liquor, whatever, the
Right.
champagne. It
Yeah.
spills all over his Mark's jacket.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then they're
yeah.
arguing over, I'll clean it. No, leave it. Don't. And that's where I kind of,
Right.
I take the jacket and throw it on the floor, and that's where the monologue starts.
Right. Great. What was it? When you get, do you have page 56 with you, near you, John?
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me just go. I have it up here on the screen. Give me a second.
It's bottom
I
of
have-
55 into 56.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Yeah, we already said this, right? After you say the line, oh my God, there are more important things, I promise you. The next thing you're going to do is turn on the record player, right?
Right. Yes.
All right. So that's like the proof of the fact that there are more important things. There are more important things. We damn well better start dancing before I leave.
Yeah.
I want to go out dancing, baby, because as long as I'm dancing, I'm not thinking of shaking. You know, whatever that is.
Right.
It's like using the shaking for your own purpose.
And I've been thinking about this monologue a lot, as you must know. But, you know, in terms of your direction on this and your, guidance on this, and that, that he's enjoying.
Yeah.
I forget how I wrote it down in my notes, and I watched the playback and everything. And how you've talked about he's discovering these images of things that are happening. But I feel like what he's talking about are struggles and difficult things that are happening. And he's saying to Mark is, look, he's saying, just like all this shit, there is so many more important. Look at the shit that's happening in the world, and look at me, I'm dying. Let's stop wasting this fucking time here, is what he's saying.
Absolutely. But like Shakespeare, he's saying the same thing in many different ways to make a definitive point.
Yeah.
Right. And that it's actually, it is. And it makes perfect sense that he would almost take on a Shakespearean form in doing this.
Yeah. Because
of his background.
Right. And I was watching the playback, and I have a sense it should be more internal, because although I feel I made steps last week with it, in watching it, it felt too much.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. And what I'm saying to you is that's a great thing for you to notice, so that what you can do is to take what you think is too much. What you're really viewing, I think, John, is you're saying I'm putting too much on the outside. I'm not putting enough on the inside. So I want to put a little more, the power of my intellect involved in it. That's what it is. It's the power of my intellect catalytically started by an emotional situation. You clicked. There's a click, and it just goes off inside. You know how he talks about, well, we'll hear later from Mark how you talk, and the first time you can't stop. That's that whole thing. It's an intellectual response to emotional trigger.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
I think in the beginning doing this monologue, and I don't know if you remember way back, I did it one night in the beginning, and I was like screaming my head off.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I think, because he takes the jacket and throws it down. And to me, my first impulse was, this is a breaking point for him. And he's just so outraged that they're wasting this fucking, so in a way, I had this image of him blowing up, but I guess I'm trying to find, like you just said, well,
there's a lot of different ways to blow up, especially when you're intelligent. It's the intellectual exercise of using your intelligence to release this. That's all it is. It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
That's great. I love that. He's using his intelligence. Yeah.
It is. And that's why you've sort of felt like we can't overact it from out here. It's got to be in here. It's got to be, what the fuck is really going on? I mean, this is happening. This is that. It's from here. Okay, here we
All
go.
right. Do you want me to just do it by myself, or can we have the
Yeah,
other
I want
two-
you to. I want you to start. My God, it's only a
Okay,
jacket. I
okay.
mean, Jesus Christ. And make sure you take a pause after that, and make sure you
Yeah,
take a
you-
pause after two
you told me
sleeves,
that
a
last-
collar, and
Yeah,
and
you're-
that's what's going to give you time to store what you need to store. Man, here we go.
Give me 1 second.
Mhm.
My God, it's only a jacket. 2 sleeves, a collar, a piece of cloth. It was probably made by a machine in East Podunk. Why are we wasting this time?
Brian, take it easy.
No, not easy. Not easy at all. At this very moment, 12 million stars are pumping light in and out of a
Right now, here's where you've got to write this. In other words, you've got to write this from inside of your head. There is and so what you're going through, the activity in this thing is not trying to exemplify the things that you're saying on the outside. In other words, the result of that, the description of that, what you're really want to focus on is the intellectual composition of coming up with that, so that your focus is internal and not external. Does that make sense to you?
Mhm.
Okay, let's try that again. Here we go. And it's absurd. It's just just launch it as an absurd. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever saw. My God, what?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I do need the line about take it easy, Brian. There. Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Mark, will you give him that line when we get there?
Are you there, Vasily?
I'll give you the line. Go ahead.
Right.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, just give him the line, Brian, take it easy when your cue comes up.
When I get to it, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
My God, it's only a jacket.
More absurd, more absurd, more absurd. Good,
Okay.
good. Ridiculous. It's stupid. Just say it's stupid. Go.
My God, it's only a jacket. 2 sleeves, a collar, a piece of cloth. It was probably made by a machine in East Podunk. Why are we wasting this time?
Brian, take it easy.
No, not easy. Not easy at all. At this very moment, 12 million stars are pumping light in and out of a
All right, now you're gonna get into Mel's pain a little bit here. Okay. I'm gonna pass some of Mel's pain around here, because that's exactly the same rhythm that shows you're intelligent. It can't be slow and descriptive. It's got to be brilliant and composed in the moment.
I was trying to compose it. That's what I was trying to
Well,
do.
yeah, I know, but here's the rub: is you're really smart, so that you can compose it very quickly. That's what you're good at. You know?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying is that's why I'm sure Mel is smiling at this same.
I love it.
I was just gonna say, Mel, you want to go out? You want to go out for a drink after this tonight?
So, yes, please.
But you all see how we've got to make these speeches active, and if they're not active, then it's just words, and the thing falls flat on its face. So he's active. He's actively writing. He's composing, and he loves it. He just loves listening. He loves composing. And make it, Brian, take it easy. No, exclamation mark. Not easy. And then you start composing in your head.
Okay. All right.
Okay. One more time.
Yep. My God, it's only a jacket.
Absurd, more absurd. This will get you in the right place. This is the thing that'll launch you. It's just ridiculous. Why is everybody arguing? It's ridiculous. It's a waste.
My God, it's only a jacket. 2 sleeves, a collar, a piece of cloth. It was probably made by a machine at East Podunk. Why are we wasting this time?
Brian, take it easy.
No, not easy. Not easy at all. At this very moment, 12 million stars are pumping light in and out of a 360-degree notion of a limited universe. Not easy. At this very moment, a dozen Long Island oysters are stranded in some laboratory in Chicago, opening and closing to the rhythm of the tide over 1,000 miles away. Not easy. At this very moment, the sun is probably hurtling out of control, defying 90% of all organized religion, plummeting toward a mass world collision, a mass world collision predicted.
Good. Let's go back. That's good. That's all we're trying to do is to get that impulse right. That's exactly right. And every time you come back to that line, you've got it not easy. Ever you come back to the not easy, again, I think we talked about this. You can't start over again. That not easy, just as in Shakespeare, as he repeats the same description over and over in different ways, each new description has got to have an up to it. It's like, not easy because you've got to use the energy of where you are to get you to the next not easy, not allow the not easy to be something that takes you back to a neutral place and you begin again.
Right.
Because that's the kind of quick mind that you have.
Okay.
Good. I got to move on because I can't go too long with everybody, but that's what we needed to discover tonight. And I'm just so glad both Mel and you realize that it's the rhythm at which you speak that really brings the true meaning of what you're doing and really gives the activity that the character's involved in. It's great. We're going to deal with that. Let's go to who's up next? Is it you, Rob? Is it you with your monologue? Yeah. Your monologue on what page?
No, it's not a monologue. This are scenes with Maggie.
Okay. All right.
So
no, I know I wanted you to do the one monologue that you have.
Okay.
And then you're doing scenes with Maggie as well. So that's because Maggie doesn't have a really long monologue that is the issue with her character. This monologue for you is the issue with your character.
Okay, so we do that first?
Yeah, let's do it first if that's okay. It's I Get Dreams Now, right? That one.
Right. I need somebody on book.
Yeah, I could be on book for you. What page is this again?
50, I think 50.
It's Vasily, page 49.
It starts on 49. That's right. It goes to the 50.
Okay.
Give me one second.
Right at the bottom of Vasily 49.
Right, got it. I got it. Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's just go through it once and we'll talk from there. Here we go.
I get dreams so big. I never used to dream, but now every night, everyone I know in my life is coming through my room, talking and sometimes singing and dancing all around my bed. And I get up to go with them, but I can't. The sheets are too heavy and I can't move to save my life. 9.
And they keep talking.
And they keep talking and calling my name and whispering so loud. It hurts my ears. Joe and Joe. And they're laughing and singing and line.
I know everyone.
And I know every one of them. And they're pulling at my arms and my legs. And I still can't move. Line.
And I'm laughing.
And I'm laughing and singing too. Inside, where it hurts so bad. I'm sorry.
Where you can't hear it.
Sorry, I didn't know how to do this monologue tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't it on the rehearsal list?
No, it was. You said that it was just for John, and I'm sorry. I've been working on the other stuff. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. It's all right. It was just a miscommunication.
No, I mean, I had it. I've had it. I've been going over it, and I have it. And now I'm confused enough.
It's okay, Rob. Really, it's okay. Okay, we'll get through it. Right. All right. So here's what I want to get you started on with that, and then we'll go to the on scenes that you did study and that you're ready for, and we come back to this. Now we have time, so there's no reason to panic.
No, actually, I've been doing it and I've memorized it. I don't know why I'm freezing up now. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, let's just go from a whole point. All right. So one of the things, what are we working on most with you? Like, articulate to me what we're trying to accomplish with you more than anything else that you think that you remember we've talked about more than anything
With
else.
this particular monologue?
With this particular monologue, and actually just with our work together, over the last 2 sessions. What do you think is the one thing that I've really been trying to get you to do? It's not a quiz.
Okay, just to try to get the core of what the character is feeling, and not just memorize the words. Just to try to, get down to what's the actual experience that the character is struggling with.
Just saying what the character is struggling, not necessarily trying to be dramatic about it, right?
Right. Okay.
Right? It's just discovering that. And one of the things that you'll be able to do, and I would love you to watch tonight, is I want you to watch the playback and just watch our conversation.
Okay.
Right? Just what you just said right there. That is the energy where I want you to speak from for this character, because there isn't, like I said to you, and I think I've said this before, is there's an acting energy in you, as opposed to just saying what's going on.
Okay.
So answer these questions with the lines in the monologue for me. Just play with me for a second and just answer the question. So what's bothering you lately?
I'm getting dreams now every night.
Okay. Well, what kind of dreams?
I get big dreams, so big. I never used to dream.
Well, so, all right. So what's going on now?
Every person I ever knew in my life is coming through my dreams.
And what are they doing?
They're talking and sometimes singing and dancing and jumping all around my bed.
Good. And what do you do?
I get up to go with them, but I can't move because the sheets
why?
I can't move to save my life.
Well, the sheets are too heavy, right?
Yes.
That's why. So why can't you move?
Because the sheets are too heavy. I can't move to save my life.
Yeah. And what are the other people doing during this?
They're laughing and singing, and I know every single one of them. And I get up to go with them, but I can't. They're pulling out my arms and my legs, and I still can't move.
Yeah. And what are you doing while they're doing?
And I'm laughing and singing too inside, where you can't hear it.
Yeah.
Where I can't feel it, and it hurts so bad I can't feel it.
And what do you do then? What do you do?
I yell back at them, and they still can't hear me. And I'm sorry, line?
And then the room gets brighter and brighter.
And then the room gets brighter and brighter.
No, and don't, you're doing great. And then what happens to the room?
And the room gets brighter and brighter, so bright, I can't see anymore. Nobody, not even me.
Good. Now, all of these lines, nobody, period. Just say that. Who?
Nobody, not even me.
Nobody, period. Just say the periods for me. Go.
Nobody.
Period. Not even me. Period. It's all gone. Period. White. Period. All gone. Period. I want you to say that period to yourself. That's the rhythm of those lines. They're complete thoughts. They are the thoughts of what is really scaring the shit out of you that you didn't tell the interviewer before your wife and child arrived. And this has been starting to bother you. See, because what we get from you in that first scene, Rob, is that everything's fine. The interviewer says to you, you seem to be fine. You go, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. But that very same day when he asked, well, I get dreams now. Big dream. You could have literally gone into that if the urgency of your son and your wife was not the most important thing on your mind at that time.
Right.
And so this is the truth. And so when you say these statements, well, added even to this is because he says, I was shaking so bad. Listen to what he's saying. What comes before you? Brian says, I was shaking so badly. It was because I was frightened. That's why I shake now, isn't it? And so you just pick up that internal shake. I get dreams now, big dreams. Yeah, and so you handle that internal shake, but you talk through it. You don't try to be dramatic through it, right? Because you're in a situation where you can really talk to somebody. Do you dream? Can I ask you?
I dream personally, I dream on occasion, not a whole lot.
Are there any dreams that you really remember that have had a lasting effect on your life? Anything, any one dream that?
I can't think of anything offhand right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, but whenever you tell somebody your dream, you go back to that point and you don't dramatically say it. You just try to say, listen, I'm sitting outside. It's like a beautiful day. And all I'm trying to do is to get the picture of that dream in my, and just tell you what the picture is, right?
Gotcha.
All right, give it a shot right now. You don't have to worry about getting it right or wrong. All I want you to do is to tell me what's the matter. What's going on with you? What's wrong?
I get dreams now every night. I get dreams so big. I never used to dream, but now every night, every person that I ever knew is coming through my room, talking, and sometimes singing and dancing, jumping all around my bed. And I get up to go with them, but I can't. The sheet's too heavy, and I can't move to save my life.
Yeah, and that's really, that sheet's too heavy. You know, that's the one thing that you really remember from the dream. The sheet's too heavy, right?
The sheets are too heavy, and I can't move to save my life.
Yeah, and what you'd really say subconscious, and this is really beginning to worry me. And keep going, go.
That's not a line. That's
no, but that's a mantra, and this is really beginning to worry me because I can't get up. I have no control over myself. That's the fear, right? That's John's fear too. Keep going.
I lost my train of thought with that.
That's okay. We'll get you back on the train. Don't worry.
The sheets are too heavy and I can't move to save my life.
The sheet's too heavy and I can't move to save my life.
Yeah.
And I get up to, no, that's not.
And they keep talking.
Okay, keep on.
And they keep talking and calling my name.
Yeah.
Whispering so loud, it hurts my ears. Joe and Joe. And they're laughing and singing. And I know every one of them. And they're pulling out my arms and my legs.
Yeah, and they're pulling out and they're pulling out my, tell me what, and they're pulling out my arms and my leg. This is really confusing. And right, what are they doing?
They're pulling out my arms and my legs.
Yeah, good.
I still can't move. And I'm laughing and singing too.
Yeah, and isn't that a little crazy? They're pulling out my arms and legs, and I'm laughing and singing too. And I'm laughing and singing too. But you know, you're composing and analyzing and digging into the dream, not trying to dramatically say it, because it's the introspection that I got to get to, because that's the part of your character that I don't understand yet, how introspectively nervous and concerned you are. And this is the manifestation of that. So let's go from, take it from, and they keep talking and calling my name. Go from there.
And they keep talking and calling my name, whispering so loud, it hurts my ears.
Yeah.
Joe and Joe. And they're laughing and singing too. And I know every single one of them. I'm laughing and singing too, inside, where you can't hear it.
Yeah, and tell me inside, you know, like, you get it inside, where you can't hear. It's crazy. And keep going.
I'm
laughing and singing
too, inside, where you can't hear it, and it hurts so bad I can't feel it, and I yell.
Now, you see, you're starting to get that voice, and it hurts so bad I can't feel it. Just say it.
And it hurts so bad I can't feel it. It hurts so bad I can't feel it.
Good.
And I yell back at them every person that I ever knew, and they can't hear hear me either. So,
Don't worry.
And then the room.
and then the room gets brighter. And
Yeah, and and then the room gets brighter. Now, this is the part that really scares you, is when the room starts to get brighter.
and the
And
room
then, tell me, what happens to the room?
and the room gets brighter.
No, not, and the room gets brighter. Tell
and the
me.
room gets brighter.
Yeah.
And brighter. So bright, I can't see anymore. And then everything is all white. All gone, all white.
And then look right into the camera and go, all gone,
All gone.
blackout. You feel a difference in that, Rob? Tell me.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just saying it flatly. They're not trying to add anything, just trying to say
Yeah,
it.
but what I'm saying is, Rob, every time, and again, you'll watch the playback again every time. It's like you have a human voice that you communicate with me and Anj and everybody else with, and it's always very grounded and it's right there and it's believable. But you also still a little bit have sort of an actor voice, and what I want you to do is to speak from your human voice. That's what I'm trying to accomplish with this, because if you're speaking from your human voice, there's something that draws me into what you're saying. When you're speaking from your actor voice, it's actually pushing me away, because the energy of the acting voice is pushing me away. What I want you to do is to really think this dream has the most incredible impact, because everything just turns white. All white. And then it's gone. You know what I mean? I'm saying is I'm internally doing this, Rob, look at me. I'm internally doing this, but when I'm speaking about it, I'm trying to ground it. I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to just tell you what is going on. That's the little bit of difference that I really want to work on with you. And that's the center of this. So now, based on this work through, watch the playback and see the difference. And you will be able to express within the context of what I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to do it flat. What I'm trying to do is to take the acting out of it and bring the humanity into it. And anytime you use the acting energy, it sort of pushes me away from you a little bit on Zoom, especially because of the close-up. So anyway.
I do want to share, I did share half of this monologue with my neighbors. They said, oh, I want to come. I want to see that play.
That's great.
And you were great the other night when we rehearsed it. You knew every word. You were really feeling it. So you know it. And we said that. You know it, Rob.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
I got thrown for a loop, Bill. I thought I'd asked you beginning of the class, are we going to do this monologue? You said no.
well, no, I thought you asked me at the beginning of class if we were doing all the monologues on 49, and we are not. We were just going to do yours and John's.
Okay.
So it was just a miscommunication, nothing more. All right, let's switch to Anj and Rob. What scene are we working on? What page?
Well, page 16, the top of it, it's the middle of the scene.
Okay, good. So this,
to 18, you said.
these are a lot of your. What
16.
we're doing is, we're getting a lot of your issues here. Yeah.
And then the other scene on 65, 66.
All right. So the first scene is what, page 16 through what?
Through 18.
16 through 18. Okay. I want to tell you what I'm going to try to accomplish. I've got dressed for the plane.
You need to be on book, Rob?
Yeah, I guess. I think I've got it a lot better than the other.
Okay.
John, you can be on book for me. I know it, but just in case.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Let's go. Let's just launch it. All right. Let's just launch it and then we'll go back to it.
could you just tell me what's the first line of this?
Do you have at the top of the scene, do you have a stove in there?
Oh, okay. Hold on a second.
It's the top of 16.
Yes.
That's not 16. That's 14. No.
No,
I'm confused.
Yeah, it should be on my 16 has your first one. I got dressed for the plane. I don't know. I should have worn pants. That's my 16, that big monologue. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, it's after,
Where in the script the revised script that Vasily sent us?
I have it. So do you have a stove in there, top of 16?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we've been doing, Rob?
Yeah. So I made some.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
see it.
yeah.
I see it.
I
I
got
see
it.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
here we go. All right, here we go.
Do you have a stove in there?
Sure, come on inside. I'll show you. It's real
No,
nice.
I don't want to go inside.
Well, why not?
I don't. I'll see it. I'll see it. How do I look? It's a new dress.
You look real pretty.
I got dressed for the plane. I should have worn pants. You get so tired being
All right,
pushed together.
let's go back. Good, I want to run back. Okay, good. So that first no, I don't want to go inside. That's the first time you're saying it. Am I correct about that, Anj? Or have you already?
Think,
Right, it's not the first time.
no, it's not the first time because he says, "Come on inside. You want some coffee?" But I don't respond to that.
I'll show you.
That one.
Yeah,
It's the first time she officially says no, I think.
right. But in this one, this no, I don't want to go inside on page 16 is not the first time you're saying that.
Right.
Okay, good. So I want you to make that point like it's not the first time you're saying that. And I want you to make it from your core, right?
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
And again, the reason that I picked this scene, this particular scene, is at her core of her deniability of what's happening in this play to her, in her denial, the center of what makes it official is her walking in that house. That's that officially means that to your character, that means that you're somehow accepting what's going on.
Right.
Exactly. And so that no has got to be like no. Like I told you 2 other times. No, I'm not going inside. In other words, it's got to have a deepening. It's got to have a deepening feeling every time it comes up, and because it is your core. Going inside is the core of what you will do anything to avoid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Let's go from there. Start it again. Here we go.
Do you have a stove in there?
Sure, come on inside. I'll show you. It's real nice.
No, I don't want to go inside.
Well, why not?
I don't. I'll see it. I'll see it.
I want to go back again. I didn't feel that was the third time he asked it. I want you to, I'm telling you for the third time, no, I don't want to go inside. It's got to have that. I'm telling you for the third time in the no. You've got to get that in there. That's the subconscious beat.
Okay, let me just, okay.
And it's not about being dramatic. I'm watching you really closely and close up on. It's got to be, it's just, I am not fucking going there. No way. And here we go. Do you have a stove in there?
Do you have a stove in there?
Sure, come on inside. I'll show you. It's real nice.
No, I don't want to go inside.
Huh? Why not?
I don't. I'll see it. I'll see it.
Good. Now you see how the character right here, to protect herself, and we always talk about what people are doing to protect themselves. She goes, no, I don't. I'll see it is like saying, okay, I'm going to do it someday, but you're really lying there. You're really right. And he goes, and you go, how do I look? It's a new, you see what I mean? How purposeful this is for her.
Right.
And again, Rob, it's sure, come on inside. I'll show you. It's real nice. Just bang, bang, bang. Play those periods, play the downbeat on them, man. Here we go. Do you have a stove in there?
Do you have a stove in there?
Sure. Come on inside. I'll show you. It's real nice.
No, I don't want to go inside.
Huh? Why not?
I don't. I'll see it. I'll see it.
But
how do I look? It's a new dress.
You look real pretty.
Oh, I dressed for the plane. I don't know. I should have dressed for the. I should have worn pants. I mean, you get so tired being pushed up like that. My ears hurt so bad. Oh, Steve loved it. I couldn't make him sit still. He was running all over the place, taking pictures. Oh, the stewardess loved him, who was crazy about him. And she was pretty too. Oh, they look so nice. They smile. I asked her what to do about my ears, but she smiled. I don't think she heard me, but so I smiled back, and it didn't do any good.
You must be tired, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on inside. You can rest.
1 minute you're there, next minute you're here. I still feel like I'm there. What else? It must be 3,000 miles in the plane. Oh, I made a ham.
What?
I made a ham. We can have it for lunch.
Christ!
What's the matter?
You mean you carried a ham 3,000 miles across the country?
No, I put it under the seat.
Well, what the hell are we gonna do with it?
I don't know. I thought it'd last, so.
We got everything we need. I told you.
I don't remember. You can't eat this, huh?
No, I can eat it. I can eat it. That's not what I'm talking about.
Then what are you talking about?
Good, and it's right there, Meg, that you see how that R is an italicized word, right? What are you talking? Is she starting to break here, right?
Yeah.
She's starting to break a little. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. Let's go. You mean you carried it? See, because what she's afraid of is that she's going to do something wrong. And that's the worst, the possible thing. So let's go. You mean you see, you're misinterpreting. You mean to carry a ham 3,000? It's funny to him. To you, it's very serious.
Absolutely.
Right. And let's go from you mean you carried and go, Rob.
You mean you carried a ham 3,000 miles across the country?
No, I put it under the seat.
Well, what the hell are we gonna do with it?
I don't know. I thought it'd last, so.
We got everything we need. I told you.
I don't remember. You can't eat this, huh?
Oh, I can eat it. I can eat it. It's not what I'm talking about.
And what are you talking about?
I'm talking about they got ham in California. They got stores like every place in the world, and you go in and you buy whatever you want.
I'll put it away. I'll take it back with me.
No, it's here already. It's all right.
It'll keep it. I'll put it away. You don't have to look at it.
No, it's fine. It's all right. It's here now. What the hell are we talking about?
You didn't say in the letter, and you sound fine. And we talked, and I couldn't remember. I tried. But what the hell? They said to come and bring Steve. That's all. And I thought that was it. And then I got your letter, and we talked.
Good. They didn't say in the letter, right from that point, right? I want this to be an internal upsetness with yourself for that you didn't listen right.
I didn't write. I couldn't remember. I tried.
Keep good.
I couldn't remember. I tried. What the hell? They said, come and bring Steve. That was all. At first I thought that was it. And then I got your letter and we talked. And so I made the ham.
I missed you, Maggie. I missed you real bad.
You gotta tell me what's going on. Don't make me feel so stupid like I'm supposed to know everything. I don't know anything. All I know is just what I see is what I know.
Maggie.
And you look real good. You're all right now, huh?
Yes, Maggie.
No.
Listen.
No, you don't. It's all right. You don't have to tell me. I can see it. You're fine now, huh?
And you got to believe that. Don't dramatically. No, I can see it.
I can see it. You're fine now. I can see it. I just got so scared thinking about it and making things up in my head. But I can see it's all right now. I knew it would be when I got here.
Yes, Maggie, everything's all right.
I knew it.
Great, Anj. That's just really sweet and powerful, and wow, that's a workout, isn't it? But you see how that breakdown works and how it's triggered by little things. It's triggered by her fear of getting anything wrong in his death. God, that was really powerful work, Anj. Really great. And not just because of the tears, but because she was fighting so hard to try to get it right. And however that manifests itself, every time that's going to work for you. That's what I want to go. That's one of the key elements of her character that I wanted to cover with you tonight is her fear of doing anything wrong.
Oh, good. Right. Yeah.
Right. And that's just part of her own particular makeup. Right.
Right.
And you can sort of tell it on the other end by the way she sort of makes fun of how all the mistakes he made on the house, you know.
Right.
You know, it sort of ties in with that whole being. Okay?
Right.
So that was good, huh?
Yeah, that was, that was a good workout.
That was a good workout. What's the other monologue that I had on the list for you guys?
It was page.
None of mine. It says 65 to 67.
Okay.
Yeah, the top where I say he should have had brothers and sisters. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I have my sweater on at that point.
You said 55?
No, 65.
65.
Okay.
Vasily's 65. I love saying that.
Vasily 65.
Page V65. All right, you ready? Let's start it and see what happens.
He should have had brothers and sisters.
We couldn't.
I know.
They asked me all those questions. I was so embarrassed, but I told them, and they said no, no more kids.
It hurt so bad I cried. I cried.
I built the house.
Way out in the country, way out. We thought, oh, way out.
Something to have, we said. Where does it go? Where does it go?
Great start. Both of you, really great start. I can tell that you worked on this. I was just really connecting with you guys as a couple. Joe, I need you to say, to have something. We said, where does it go? Take a beat there. Where does it go? You know, I mean, don't take a beat after that first. Where does it go? All right.
Just give it a pause.
Yeah, just give it a beat. Yeah, and fill that beat. You know, fill that beat with something. You know, with a sense of disbelief. Right.
I got you.
All right, here we go. Again, I want to. All right, good. Yeah, here we go. And from the top of 65, go.
He should have had brothers and sisters.
We couldn't.
I know.
They asked me all those questions, but I told them we couldn't. I'm sorry. What line?
I told them. They said no more kids.
I told them we couldn't, and they said no more kids.
It hurt so bad I cried. I cried.
I built the house.
Way out in the country. We thought, oh, way out.
Something to have, we said. Where does it go? Where does it go?
What a house. 3 bedrooms.
1.5 baths.
Good. Now add on to that. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. Add on to it. Make sure you're adding on to each other. Here we go. What a house. 3 bedrooms.
What a house. 3 bedrooms.
1.5 baths? I built it all myself.
The first 2 years, nothing worked.
What do you mean nothing worked? I built it good, damn good.
The wiring, the roof was bad. The plumbing, we never had any water. And then they put in line,
The sidewalks.
sidewalks and sewers.
They didn't work either.
Yeah, put the emphasis on that. They didn't work either, so that we know we're talking about the sidewalks and the sewers. Let's go. Then they put in the sidewalks. Go.
Then they put in the sidewalks, the sewers,
They didn't work either.
more houses, more streets.
Overnight.
You couldn't breathe.
Overnight. It happened overnight.
All of a sudden, we had to put fences up. All of a sudden, fences.
More houses, more streets. So many goddamn things. Where do they go?
Good, Joe. Now just start listing it again. A little actor voice and more houses, more streets, so many goddamn things. Stay in that and go. More houses.
More houses, more streets.
Yeah.
So many. Oh, I'm sorry. So more houses, more streets. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank now. So many goddamn things.
Yeah.
Where do they go? The freezer, the washer and the dryer, the dishwasher, for Christ's sake.
Good. Now don't just the freezer, the washer, and the dryer. Just don't put any dramatic energy. It's the amount of things that have just disappeared, not the dramatics of each thing that has disappeared. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's the overwhelming list of things that have disappeared that is about. So what you've got to do is actively make that seem like the longest fucking list. The washer, the freezer, the dishwasher, for Christ. They just come. And so let's go from we had to build fences, all of a sudden fences, and go.
We had to build fences. All of a sudden, fences.
More houses, more streets. So many goddamn things. Where do they go? The freezer, the washer and the dryer, the dishwasher, for Christ's sakes, the lawnmower, the barbecue, 3 bicycles, 4, 6 lawn chairs, the chaise lounge, aluminum lasts forever, the white table with the umbrella, the lawnmower, the bar, the hammock, the bar. I put that wood paneling in the basement. We finished the attic, well, half of it. I put that insulation in the patio with screens. Jesus, it was a lot to let go of.
I don't want to talk about it.
Great. Absolutely great, Rob. Absolutely. The more you make that just a flat list of things, and it becomes so overwhelming that what it does is it brings Maggie's memory back to the time that you guys were in love and had a great time. And that's where I don't want to talk about it. And that's got to be a complete reversal, and it's got to come from fucking out of nowhere, because the two of you seem to be connecting on a level we haven't seen you connect to on that thing. And then you just got to turn it off and turn 180 degrees in the other direction. I don't want to talk about it. And there's Joe, he's still continuing. And before you know it, everything, he didn't even hear it. He didn't hear it because he's still back in that memory. I'm telling you, I don't want to talk about it. That's all right. So out of this really wonderful human husband and wife moment, remembering one of the greatest times, comes these really ugly reversals of behavior on both of your parts, because they're touching buttons. Your buttons, obviously, is he's touching the buttons of your love and your past that you don't want to let go. And the button she is touching is that she just won't stop. She won't believe. She won't be here in the present moment. And then you finally just go, all right, I'll fucking right. Forget about it. We're not going to talk about it. So now we really see this story of what's going on with this couple in this little scene because of these reversals. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
we're just in 2 different worlds.
Well, no, you're in the same world on more houses, more streets, more basement. And Jesus, it was a lot to let go of. And then you've just been through this laundry list of all the things, and you're still in it, right? And she goes, I don't want to talk about it. And you go, before you know it, everything you had is gone. Not that everything is anyway. And she said, I'm telling you, I want to talk about it. All right. Jesus Christ, where did this come from? You see what I mean? You're in that world where you thought you two were connecting, and all of a sudden she reverses that world. And on top of what's going on inside of you, that's just, that all right, exclamation point, period. All right, exclamation point, period. We won't talk about it. You've got to make those. That's how that whole turn happens. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Rob, I feel like you're just nodding your head because you.
I'm very tired. I'm
okay. All right.
Did you want to take it to the end of that little thing?
Yeah, we can finish it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's try it one more time from the top on 65. All right, here we go.
Okay.
He should have had brothers and sisters.
We couldn't.
I know.
They asked me all those questions, and I was embarrassed. I told them. They said no, no more kids.
It hurt so bad I cried. I cried.
I built the house.
Way out in the country. We thought, oh, way out.
Something to have, we said. Where does it go?
What
Where
a house.
go?
What a house. 3 bedrooms.
1.5 baths. I built it all myself.
The first 2 years, nothing worked.
What do you mean nothing worked? I built that good, damn good.
The wiring, the roof was bad. There was never any plumbing. It was, and then they put in sidewalks and the sewers.
They didn't work either.
More streets, more sidewalks. You couldn't breathe.
Overnight, it happened overnight.
We had to put fences, all of a sudden fences.
More houses, more streets. So many goddamn things. Where do they go? The freezer, the washer and the dryer, the dishwasher, for Christ's sakes.
Now read this, Rob, and I want you to read it as fast as you can. Here we go. Read it.
I don't know if I can do it faster because I left. All right.
And here we go. The freezer, the washer and dryer. Go.
The freezer, the washer and the dryer, the dishwasher, for Christ's sakes, the lawnmower, the barbecue, line,
3 bicycles.
3 bicycles, 4, 6 lawn chairs, a chaise lounge, aluminum, lasts forever. The
white table.
The white table with the umbrella, the hammock, the bar. I put that wood paneling in the basement. We finished the attic, well, half of it. Oh man, I put the wood insulation in the patio with screens. Jesus, it was a lot to let go of.
I don't want to talk about it.
Before you know it, everything you had is gone. Not that it was yours, it was yours anyway, but you feel it when it's gone.
I'm telling you, I don't want to talk about it.
All right, we won't talk about it.
You get tired. You get old. My hands got too big. I got too fat. I don't know how it happens. I can't remember.
Cool. Good. That's it. Yeah. And so I know you're tired, Rob, so I'm gonna leave you alone now. I mean, again, this is the same thing that John's going through tonight, same thing that Mel's going through tonight. That list has got to be active. That list of things has got to be active, so active in its enormity of the touchstones of things that made her love him in their relationship, that it makes her say, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And it just comes at her, and you're not intending to do that. It's just, you know, one of the great Meisner exercises that he does with students is he takes them on a tour of your old bedroom, you know, when you were a kid. He makes you go on this tour and look at all these details. And all of a sudden people start getting really emotional because the objects themselves carry emotion and they hold emotion. And that's why you've got to bust your ass on that speech. So it just comes at her like a wall of memories. And then she goes, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I really felt it with the way he was doing it. It was like, I don't want to fucking hear it.
Right. And again, you all are cueing in on what seems to be tonight's theme is there has to be an activity, not a description. There has to be an activity that drives you through. Cindy's nodding, and I'm coming to you after I get through with Vasily. All right, so you go back, and Vasily, you're up next. Here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I just want you to realize, Rob, I want you to look at the playback and watch the difference of when you talk to me, when you talk to us, when I force you to talk that way on the video. I want you to see the difference. It's so much more powerful when you speak from this voice as opposed to when you speak from this voice.
It was huge. It was absolutely huge.
Huge. Yeah, it's because this is your real voice, Rob. The voice you and I speak with, all the time when we talk about stuff, that's your voice. And what you're doing is probably, the actor voice probably works really well in Neil Simon. It does not work well in a naturalistic play where we're trying to get inside of you. This kind of energy, even when I do it, I feel like I'm pushing, right? And what I really want is, I really want to hear. So you come inside me and have to get it, okay? You got to come get it, okay? I'm not going to give it to you, okay? That's the difference. And you'll see it on the playback. I want you to watch
It was huge. Rob, you had it. It was huge.
Thank you.
Good.
You're basically saying, be it, don't say it, and just
Yeah.
say the list, don't act it.
Yeah. And I'm coming to you, Cindy. All right, here we go. Vasily, you're next up. All right. So tell me the story of how you and Brian met.
Is Cindy going to have her lines, I guess, or?
No, I just want you to tell me the story without any of her lines. I want to deal just with you.
If you need them, I can give them to you.
Yeah, just be handy there, Cindy.
Okay.
Do you want me to be on book for you, Vasily?
Yes, please do.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, what page are we on again?
What is it, like 69, something like that?
67.
Okay.
What is it again, Vasily?
It's not 67. It's
Damn, 68 and 69, pretty much.
Yeah.
My
68 and
version.
70.
My version. The top of 68.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. My God.
When I met Brian.
Listen to me. Yes. When I met Brian. Okay. All right. So, but I want you to start, Vasily, with, my God, listen to me. You think you know something right from there. Let's start it right from there and then tell me the story.
I'll start a little bit before when the whole thing started, that part.
Chances are I'm probably going to stop you before you even get started here, because I'm going to want to get you on the right track. Okay, baby?
Okay.
All right. Really. Before we go on that track, I just want to remind you of what that track is. What that track is the most important thing. It's like you think, when you say that, you think you have someone, you think, and then you just go, you take that. Vasily, did you ever just have something and then it was taken away from you? It just, and you owned it, and you feel it. And listen, when I met for John the first time, and so that it goes into that story with that energy of what you had, and it's the greatest story. You have to tell this story. And what's so great about it is when you get to the end, you went, what was I just talking about? But because you are so in love with this guy, you are so lost in this guy, you have got to get lost in the story of how you met. And it's the catalyst for you telling that story is you in that moment realizing what you have lost. You had it and you lost it. How did you meet it? Go.
Fuck my metaphor. It's true. God, listen to me. You think you know something. You think you have something. And it all goes crazy. When I met Brian, I was hustling outside. When I met Brian, I was hustling outside a bar in San Francisco. Right after the great Summer of Love. You remember Summer of Love, one of those many. No, I'm getting anxious. I don't know, it's getting crazy now.
What you're getting? Well, then read it. I don't care. If you're going to get anxious, all I'm trying to do is to get you on the story, which you started to really do really well. But don't get in your own way. If you can't do it, then read it, because what I want you to do is to hang with it. It's a story that you have to tell, because maybe it will help you understand what you had and what you don't have anymore and what you're losing. In other words, like everybody else tonight, there has to be an activity. I got to tell you this story. And here we go. When I met Brian, what happened?
When I met Brian, I was hustling this outside a bar in San Francisco.
I got to stop you because it seems random. It's not what, it's like when I met Brian, I got to tell you this. I've got to tell you this, or I cannot explain what's happening to me now if I don't tell you this. Tell me what happened when you met Brian. And tell me like you have to tell me this. Like that's the only way you're going to survive this moment of his loss.
When I met Brian, I was hustling outside a bar in San Francisco, right after the great Summer of Love. You remember Summer of Love, one of those many American revolutions that get about as far as Time magazine and then far too quick finish. Well, just right after the Summer of Love, winter came, which was the last thing that everybody expected. And suddenly it got very cold. People were starving to death in the streets.
Sounds lovely.
Oh, very colorful. You would have loved it. Anyway, like everybody else, I was very hungry, very
See, when you say anyway, you want to get right back anyway, like everybody else. Now this can pick up the pace of it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, bullshit. Anyway, now drive me in and go anyway.
Very colorful. You would have liked it. Anyway, like anybody else, I was like anybody else.
I was very hungry. Go, just read it if you want. Go.
Anyway, like anybody else, I was hungry. I was very desperate. The whole scene. So there was one night, like many other nights, selling it down the Market Street. I wasn't very good at it, but it was paying the rent. And Brian walks up to me. I didn't know him, of course. He walks up and asks me the time, right? Well, I did my little number about time for what and how much was to him. I figured anybody who'd come on to me with an old line like that was good for a fast 20. And all of a sudden, he starts explaining exactly what time was worth to him. Philosophy on Market Street. And before I know, he is into concept of history, cyclical, linear configurations, Hebraic and Greco-Roman attitudes, repetitive notions, time warps even. I thought, Jesus, I've got a real freak on my hands.
You did.
And he's talking and talking and talking, and I'm thinking I've got to score soon because it's getting late and I need to bread and I'm hungry, but I can get rid of him. I walk away and he walks away with me. I go inside the bar and he goes inside the bar, a real fuck bar. I figured this has got to shake him, right? Nothing. He didn't even notice. People are humping on the table practically, and he is quoting Aristotle to me on Whitehead and elaborating on St. Thomas Aquinas's definition of sin, completely oblivious to everything around him. I thought I was losing my mind. Finally, I said, look, man, I haven't eaten in a long time and I'm getting a headache. Why don't we talk some business before I starve to death?
What did he do?
He bought me a dinner. I couldn't believe it. I mean, what the hell did he want from me? And he never stopped talking. Never.
Perfect. And then he left.
Right.
He didn't want anything from you.
But before he went, I looked in his wallet.
I always warned him not to talk to strangers.
It doesn't matter because next day I returned it. I don't know why, I just did. And that's how I got to know him. I got interested in what he was doing, and which it turns out was nothing, but he was doing it so well. He gave me a room. I could use it whenever I wanted. Started reading again. I thought to myself, my God, I could really do something. Salvation. We talked endlessly. Word equals idea equals action equals change equals time equals freedom equals who knows. But the point is, I don't know what the point is. What am I talking about?
Dead people.
Exactly.
Great. Vasily, that was beautiful.
I think that's the best you've ever done that.
My God, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
It just hit me. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's why I cast you in this part. I just want to let you know.
Something triggered me. Oh God.
I know it is. Well, you know what triggered you was the articulation of the most important story of this character's life. You know, that's the most important story of this character's life. And it hit you for the first time. And the only note that I have for you is in the sections when you're talking about, well, I didn't know, you know, and well, I did my little number for a time, and that, you know, that little section where you're being really dirty and expressing the dirtiness.
Mm-hmm.
You did it so much in the back of your throat that I lost the clarity of it. So
okay.
Just make sure I don't lose that clarity. But I just want to say that I totally believed every word you were saying, and you were putting it together in a way that I could follow it, you know, and that I could see the joy that was being taken from you by some cosmic mistake. And that, and when you got to the end and you said, I don't even know. I mean, it was so truthful. It was great, Vasily. All I'm saying to you is the emotional impulse is exactly right.
Yeah, and you got all the lines that you were all worried about.
Well, I was mixing it. Frankly, I was mixing it because I regularly remember, I memorized the lines. For some reason, it just doesn't come to me. So I kept that script in front of me, so I would go back and forth.
Yeah.
I would remember in my line and something. If I felt like something is not coming up, I would just look it up.
Yeah, and you know, that's great to use that safety net for a while, and then we'll pull it out from under you. But you understand the fact that and this is why I chose this to work on tonight. If you don't understand this story and the importance of this story in your life, you can't play the character. And you do. And when you work on the words of this, you have to learn the words from the importance of the character's point of view. You don't have to try to Vasily trying to cram the words into your head. You've got to sit there and make mark connections to what happened, and those are marked pictures. It really seemed like you were telling me the experience that happened to you as opposed to doing a monologue, and that's what you got to continue on. That's the progress that you've made tonight, is that it seemed like these were experiences that happened to you, and now all you've got to do is make them really clear, because they are so important, because this story is so important. It was great, Vasily. Really great. Once, you know, and isn't it, you know, it's ironic how oftentimes that we are the biggest burden, and we stand in our own way even stronger. And once both Cindy and I sort of pushed you out of your own way, you just sort of took off on it. You know, it was great. You know, your own energy against yourself is something that you can never beat. You know, and when you can't beat your own energy against yourself, you will always beat yourself up. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. When it starts to happen to you that you want to beat yourself up, that's something that's happening emotionally to you that you have no control over. So if you fight that, then I won't be able to tell whether it's your fight or the character's fight. There will be conflict in that. So trust the fact that you made great progress tonight, and take that great progress and get the specifics of that story that mean even more to you, and make it really clear to her when you tell it. and then it's going to be even better.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any comments about what they saw Vasily do? Mel?
Well, it was just so moving, so moving because it was inside of you.
Mhm.
You knew what you were talking about. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
What a great night. I'm so glad we got back to acting class. Okay, Cindy, here we go, baby.
Okay.
All right, let's go. You've been listening to this all night, so let's see what you picked up yourself. We're gonna pick it up from Mark will give you his line. Look, don't you think it's time you picked up all your little screwing trophies and went home?
So we're going right to the top.
Yep. Let's take it right. Let's take it right from there.
All right.
And, here we go.
Cindy, you ready?
What?
Cindy, you ready?
As ready as I'm going to get.
Yeah, because you really got to tell the truth now, honey.
Oh, God. I'm going first next week. I don't want the pressure of being last.
Oh, God, all you people, everybody wants to go first. Just give me a break. Just sit there. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look.
Go, Vasily.
Okay. Look, don't you think it's time you picked up all your little screwing trophies and went home?
Oh, past time. Way past time. The sign goes up. I can see useless printed all over it.
Good. All right, here we're going to start with that. Okay, so I want you to, because here's the point, is once I think once I get the dominoes moving in the right direction, you'll be able to take them from there. But what I'm saying is, you've got to more than agree with him. Isn't it time you went, took your little screwing trophies and went home? Past time? Way fucking past time. Right? Right. The sign goes up and I can fucking see it, That's exactly where that go. You've got to more than agree with him and then see where that takes you. Here we go.
Okay.
And give it to her again, Mark.
Look, don't you think it's time you picked up all your little screwing trophies and went home?
Oh, past time? Way past time. Sign goes up. I can see useless printed all over it. Let me tell you something, is one whore to another. And what you do with your ass is your business. You can drag it through every gutter from here to Morocco. You can trade it, sell it, give it away. You can run it up a flagpole, paint it blue, cut it off if you feel like it. I don't care. I'll even show you the best way to do it because that's the kind of person I am. But Brian is different.
Good. All right. Great. That was a great aggressive move on your part, Cindy. Really started to work, right?
Mhm.
And then you didn't hang. Then you took a big breath and blew it all out and went, but Brian is, and you started all over again. And what I'm saying to you is wherever you are, you can take a pause and hang in that energy. But Brian, because it's all around this whole monologue that you're doing, that this character's doing, is based on the reality of her life.
Right.
That she knows this fucking story, right? I mean, she knows how she's fucked up over and over. She's had her whole fucking life. And let me tell you something, and I've never told anybody else this in the world, that's got to be dead. And I would never tell anybody else this after this in my rest of my life, right? You can trade it, you can sell it, you can bet it. I'm fucking telling you because I've been there. Not you can trade it, you're not dramatically, you're throwing something in his face that if he doesn't fucking listen to it, he's gonna fucking end up like you. Start it again.
I get that, but what I'm getting a little bit lost on is, see, when she goes, but Brian is different, that's a change of thought.
No, but Brian is different from me. Brian is different. And it's part of the same energy, but it is a new beat. You're right. Just don't blow out the previous beat to get to that beat. Use the previous beat to launch that beat. Okay? All right, here we go. Same thing. Give her that line again. We're going to start again. Yeah. And just keep going the way it goes. Yeah.
Look, don't you think it's time you picked up all your little screwing trophies and went home?
Oh, past time? Way past time. The sign goes up. I can see useless printed all over it. Let me tell you something. It's one whore to another. And what you do with your ass is your business. You can drag it through every gutter from here to Morocco. You can trade it, sell it, give it away. You can run it up a flagpole, paint it blue, you cut it off if you feel like it. I don't care. I'll even show you the best way to do it because that's the kind of person I am. But Brian is different. Because Brian is stupid, because Brian is blind, because Brian doesn't know where you come from or who you come from or why or how or even what you are coming to, because Brian happens to need you. And if that is not enough for you, then you get yourself out of his life fast. You take your delicate sensibilities and your fears and your disgust, if that's what you feel, and you pack it up and you get out.
That's simple, huh?
Yeah, that's simple. A postcard for Christmas, a telegram for his birthday, maybe a phone call every few years if he lives.
Let's go back to a postcard for Christmas. And those are the things that you did. And go.
A postcard for Christmas, a telegram for his birthday, and maybe a phone call every few years if he lives. But only when it gets really bad. When the money and the time and the people are all running out faster than you care to count. And the reasons just don't sound as good as they used to. And you can't remember anymore why. Why you walked out on the one person who said yes. You do what you have to because I love you.
Do that last paragraph right to Brian, right in his eyes. So look right into the camera and do that so that you're making this point to him. This is the point you're trying to make to him. And go. Just pick it up.
I can't remember anymore what it was you thought you had. No, wait, I skipped.
Yeah.
What am I going from? What's the?
Can anybody remember who was on book? Where did she stop?
Why you walked out on the person? Yes.
Okay. And oh God.
Don't
worry. But only when it gets really bad.
Okay, let me start there. All right.
Yeah, good. Here we go.
Yeah. But only when it gets really bad.
Good. Don't just look right at it, but only when it gets really bad.
I should be looking at him when I do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because she's like in her own head at that point, but okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just trying to make the contact. Maybe you're
That's
right.
fine.
Okay,
all right.
Here we go. Yeah.
But only when it gets really bad. When the money and the time and the people are all running out faster than you care to count. And the reasons just don't sound as good as they used to. And you can't remember anymore why you walked out on the one person who said yes.
Good. And you can't remember why. And call yourself, you dumb shit. Why? You can't remember why, you dumb shit. Why? And go.
You can't remember anymore why you walked out on the one person who said yes. You do what you have to because I love you. You can't remember anymore what it was you thought you had to do, or who the hell you thought you were that was so goddamn important.
Good. Now that's getting dramatic. Now just tell me, this is a warning. You can't remember. Now this is what could happen to you. Warn me. And you can't remember. Go. Warn me.
You can't remember anymore.
No, you're being dramatic, Cindy. Immediately, just go right. Make it a warning. You can't. And I'm telling you this. You can't remember if it didn't. Warn him. Not. You can't remember. Not back here, but you can't remember. Listen to this, kiddo. And go.
And you can't remember anymore what it was you thought you had to do, or who the hell you thought you were that was so goddamn important. You couldn't hang around long enough to say goodbye, or to find out what it was you were saying goodbye to. Then you phone, because you need to know that somewhere, for no good reason, there is one poor, stupid, deluded human being who smells and rots and dies and still believes in you. One human being who cares. God, why isn't that ever enough?
You want an answer to that?
No, I want you to get yourself together or get yourself away from him.
Just leave.
Yes.
I can't.
Why not?
He's dying.
Oh, he doesn't need you for that. He's a big boy. He can do it all by himself. You're young, intelligent, you're not bad looking. You probably could trade on a slow market. Why hang around?
I can't leave him.
Why not?
I owe him.
What? Pity?
No.
Well, then what? What? I mean, you don't make sense, Mark. What's in this for you?
Nothing is in it for me.
Well, you said it yourself. He's just a tired, sick old man.
I didn't say that.
Tired old trick with some phony ideas that don't hold piss, let alone water.
What?
A broken down sewer. That's what he is.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Garbage. Well, you don't need that. I mean, you don't need to dirty your hands with that kind of rotten putrid filth, unless, of course, you need the money. But what does he do? Pay you by the month, or does it depend on how much you put out?
Great. Fuck.
That's what you want?
No, that's what you want.
Okay.
That's not what I want. That's what you
No,
want.
but that's what you were looking for.
What I want is a confession, a clear confession using examples, specific examples from your life that have happened to you that are all raw. This is what you've learned while you've been here, and you copping to it with that point of view, with that disdain for yourself and the even greater disdain for Mark, who is following exactly the same path. So you're going to do this or you're going to get out of here. Right? That's exactly it. Because I know what you're going to do if you get out of here, but are you going to sit here and face it? And that's really direct. But you're using your life to get to the direct point you're trying to make in the present tense.
Yeah.
Right? And it's her getting sober and actually seeing herself, because I don't think she sees herself until she experiences what she's been going through with both Mark and Brian. I think when she comes in, I mean, I think that's her arc, is that she has no self-awareness when she starts this play.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's been that she's all the drinking and the whoring around. It's like Vasily said, she's filling up a hole, but I don't think she's ever really thought about why until she gets in the room with them.
Well, and it's not even a question about, I mean, I think these things make her think of it, and then she discovers the why and also knows the seeds for the why have been planted for a long time.
Yeah.
They are her experiences.
I think this is what happens between Mark and Beverly. That's we help each other to discover things for.
That's the whole point, and
it's true confessions.
Yeah.
But the confession has to be pulling active examples of things that happen to you, not dramatic lines. So I can't emphasize that enough. I suppose I really have. All of you need to know that you need to make the things that you're saying your experiences before you say them. And you can't get by with dramatic readings in this piece.
Right.
You said that it's hard to get inside somebody when they're doing, dramatic readings. Could you that time?
Better, yes, it is better. But if you would occasionally put some of this movement that you put in your head in your, listen to me. I'm just saying, is that you're not going to get, what you're doing is you're making your points, right? That's what that is about. So that's something we want you to do. So what I'm saying is, in making your points, you should make your points this way, not this way.
Yeah.
Right. So that there's an intensity and a drive behind the point and a laser focus for it.
Was there a lot of it?
No. Listen, I wouldn't have come out of that feeling so good if you hadn't have made the thing. But you have to be decisive about that and speak again, just like I talk to Rob about it. You have to speak in your human voice, not your actor voice. Right? We all have these.
It's hard to know physically what's going on when I'm staring at the little dot in the middle, to look right at you.
No, we love Zoom acting. John, unmute yourself. I just want to say that some of you guys didn't see this, but John did a reading with me with Austin Pendleton and 3 other guys the other day of this new play that's the most beautiful love story I've ever read on stage and I say it's a beautiful love story, being a straight man, and the play was about 2 men falling in love. And I thought it was
1853 in Pennsylvania.
1853 in Pennsylvania, yeah. And John read the stage directions for me, and he was just fucking brilliant. It was just, they weren't like neutral stage directions. Like John ingrained himself in the action of the play and picked the pictures up, and we just blew everybody away when we did the piece. So,
can we still see this?
No, we couldn't record it because we were using all equity actors, and we can't record it.
Darn.
Even though, you know, the material was ours. The material was original material that was ours, that was the playwrights. And, but that doesn't make any difference. If you're using the best actors, if you're using union actors, you can't record it.
Let us know.
Without their permission, yeah.
Someone's gonna do it.
Well, you'd have to get, yeah, it's a big thing. I would have loved to, I was telling John, if we could have recorded it, we could have taken pieces from that and sold this play. I know it would have sold this play.
What's the play?
It's called Vagabond. It's a love story between two gay men who in 1856, right after they passed a law that you couldn't hang a gay man anymore, but you could put him in prison for the rest of your life.
That was in, that was where in not in the United States, and that was in
The
the
state of Pennsylvania, 1853.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Pennsylvania state
Pennsylvania.
law, yeah. Anyway, God, this was fun tonight, guys.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I hope it helped a lot more. I hope it gives you a stronger base. I'm going to do one more night next week's. We're going to do one more night of this really personal stuff next week. I will send you the list of stuff we're going to focus on for different reasons. Probably the day after tomorrow, you'll get it at the latest.
Great. Wonderful.
Excellent job. All of you, hang on to what you got tonight. Make sure you watch the playback. Make sure you see where we made the progress and take that progress, because that's ultimately what I want to try to do, is to empower you to make strong decisions based on discoveries that we make on a weekly basis. And that's what we're going to be doing every week until we open this turkey. All right. Love
Rather
you
than
guys.
running, like
Thank you.
What's that?
no repetition. We're gonna be pulling things out separately and working on
We'll be
them.
pulling out separately things next week, and then we'll start gluing the play together in slices. Then we
Okay.
have 6 weeks to glue the play together. But you know what, the first 2 weeks of the class, I mean, the first 4 weeks of the class is sort of like table work. You know, we went through the stroke of the whole play and we talked about that, and we talked about different aspects. But now what we're going to do is spend a week or two more just really getting into the details of the character and the emotions and where they're coming from. And then we'll go back and glue it all back together with that knowledge. And I think we'll have a lot more fun, and you won't feel so pressed, because the really difficult parts are the parts we're going to work on. And then they will hopefully bring more light to the areas that we haven't spent as much time. Okay. Any other
Okay,
questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Bless you all. See you next week.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Nice work.
Bye-bye.
Good work, everyone.
Bye.
Yes.
Good work.